You bet. AM 850 WEEI. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
This is Black and Abdallah on Westwood One Sports. Here's Chris Black and Adam Abdallah.
Welcome in to Black and Abdallah here on Westwood One Sports and the Westwood One Sports app. You can also listen to us on SiriusXM Channel 375 and all of our great radio affiliates across the country. Live from Chicago, I'm Chris Black. Today, Sean Little filling in for Adam Abdallah here on Black and Abdallah. If you want to join the show, you can call us at 310-840-4910. Lots to get to today. Day 4 of the NFL Scouting Combine. Today's a day where actually we see individuals on the field doing things. So the defensive line, the linebackers, kickers, all participating today at the NFL Combine. And Sean, as we get things started, there's a lot going on in the NFL and even a big trade this morning between the Jets and the Titans.
It never stops in the National Football League, that's for sure. And what makes the NFL special is it's actually big news when the Jets and the Titans make a trade.
Yeah.
You could see a bottom dweller team in the NBA make a trade or other leagues, and it's like no one blinks an eye. This is news and something we'll talk about.
Yeah, absolutely. So, like, a part of some of the conversation that we've had here on the show in the last couple of weeks is there are more than a few teams, like almost half the league in the NFL, that need help from pass rushers. And so, like, there are two big names out there, Trey Hendrickson and Max Crosby, that everyone has their eyes on to try and figure out whether or not those guys will be traded here in this offseason. So the Jets and the Titans, they make a rare player-for-player trade today. The Jets are sending pass rusher Jermaine Johnson to Tennessee for defensive tackle T'Andre Sweat. Both good young players. The difference, though, and I think the thing to point out is Jermaine Johnson was with Robert Saleh when he was drafted, former first-round pick, and that eliminates Tennessee from the teams looking for help on the defensive line as an edge rusher. As we enter all of this conversation around, will Max Crosby be traded? What happens with Trey Hendrickson? And kind of trying to figure out the different dominoes to fall. And like I said, like almost half the league needs help on the edge rushing side of things heading into the offseason. So a big trade already in the NFL today.
My favorite word in the NFL or any just free agency stuff is disgruntled. So anytime I bring up Max Crosby, you have to say the disgruntled Max Crosby. You have to say the disgruntled Trey Hendrickson. So, yeah, both those guys should be on the move, deserve to be on the move if they're trying to get out and get a fresh start, and will be able to impact quite a few squads across the league.
You know what's funny about that? The disgruntled side of it is we've talked about it here on the show that Max Crosby is trying to balance being disgruntled and also being the guy that wants to be in Las Vegas long term, right?
Yeah.
Like it's a tough balance to kind of have. And working for NBA TV like you do, the storyline in the NBA this year, there's one specific guy that has been trying to balance it, which I think he's kind of phony about.
He's disgruntled.
It's Giannis Antetokounmpo.
No doubt.
He's out there, and there's reports that he wants out of Milwaukee, but then he's trying to push back publicly, saying that those aren't true. I want to be with the Bucks long term. And like I said, it's a difficult balance to strike, being the guy that's a disgruntled star player, but also they want to get out of town.
Yeah, there's disgruntled James Harden. That's a specific disgruntled, and then there's a Giannis Antetokounmpo that's disgruntled. They're different levels, but yeah, man, when you are a major star like a lot of these guys that we're naming that have continued to impact for multiple years straight, you just have to use that leverage. Like the disgruntled thing is something you can use as leverage. James Harden has mastered that, and when we talk about the Jermaine Johnson to the Titans piece, what's interesting is it just makes sense for both sides.
Yeah.
So Saleh's going to run a 4-3 like he has his entire career from San Francisco to the Jets, back to San Francisco, and now to Tennessee. Jermaine Johnson fills out that spot. And then on the flip side, the Jets are going to run a 3-4. So they get a big guy in the middle, 6'4", 366. And if you're listed at 366, Black, you know what that means.
You're actually probably
You're
bigger.
about 385.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
If you're okay with them putting you down at 366, you weigh about 390. So he's going to be able to take up a lot of space on the flip side for a 3-4 defense where you need that that big body, that big presence to get the double team and stop up and try to clog out some of those holes. So a good swap for both squads.
It's like, yeah, sure. Wemby's only 7'2". Yeah, okay.
Sure.
I'll believe that. No chance at all. I used to cover college basketball and call games on radio and TV, and I would always look through the rosters, and you would see some names, and then you'd be like, hey, I think it's that guy, and it'd say like 6'2", and then I'd be like, man, I'm 5'10".
Right.
And on a good hair day, I'm maybe 5'11". And these guys are like looking at me straight in the eye. I'm like, there's no way he's 6'1", 6'2". Like everyone lies.
It's just not true.
Every team lies about the weight and the height for all of their players.
Absolutely.
It's so funny. It's Black and Abdallah here on Westwood One Sports and the Westwood One Sports app. Sean Little in for Abdallah today, hanging out for the next 3 hours until 3 Eastern, and that's when Jim Rome will take over right here on Westwood One Sports. So you mentioned the disgruntled Max Crosby.
Yeah.
We also have the disgruntled Kyler Murray. And that's a big story today also as we are taking a look at the NFL and the Combine. Fox Sports is reporting that Kyler Murray's camp would prefer for the Cardinals to cut him and to release him because they know he will be the top quarterback on the free agent market instead of them trying to figure out a trade, which is not something that Kyler would be in control of. And we had the report a couple weeks ago from Adam Schefter saying that the Cardinals and the Dolphins were looking to trade both of their quarterbacks, Tua Tagovailoa and then Kyler Murray. So the reports today, Kyler Murray's camp would like the Cardinals to release him. And at that point, Kyler Murray will be the best available player on the open market if and when the Cardinals were able to do that.
Without question, because, I mean, well, first off, I would like my fiance to cut me for Beyonce. Like I would like a lot of things, right? Like, I get that.
Does she know this? Is she aware of this?
She would understand.
Okay.
She would get it.
All
you
right.
understand what I'm saying?
Sometimes it works that way. I think with ours, it's Jennifer Aniston.
Okay. See,
if I think we both would agree that, heck, just add her to the team.
We'd
be fine with that.
And by the way, my fiance, I'm sure, has one that she would shake my hand and see me out the door for as well, right?
Yeah,
so it is what it is. But when we talk about the situation, when we get down to the nuts and bolts of it, of course he would want to get cut because that's the best option for him for the team selection portion of it, right? Because if he gets cut, it then turns into the Russell Wilson situation where he still gets paid his full dollar amount and then he gets to go to a team for a super small amount. I said simply, this is from NFL.com.
Yep.
The Cardinals cut him before March. They're not on the hook for any of his 2027 salary.
Yep.
The release triggers a $57.7 million cap hit that can be split up between multiple years. But if they don't trade him, or if they do trade him and don't release him, it's only an $18 million cap hit. So the idea of cutting him should be completely off the table. We gave you a bunch of money. I think he's been paid $140+ million of that already. This is where you have to look out for the Cardinals and the organization and figure out a way to trade Kyler Murray. Are you going to lose leverage? Of course, because every GM in the league knows this. Of course. But when you miss on a big time deal like they missed with Kyler Murray, you have to eat crow, and that's the situation they're in right now.
You know, especially when you're in this spot with a new coaching staff and you want to wipe clean of what the previous group kind of put together. And like here, Sean, the thing that I struggle with this just as a football fan is I agree with the assessment that if Kyler Murray is released, he will be the best player on the market. Think about some of the crazy conversations we've had this week about Malik Willis. I mean, what are we talking about? Malik Willis is not going to... Okay, let me phrase this correctly. He may be a starting quarterback in the NFL and someone may overpay for him, but he's not going to be a good starting quarterback in the NFL. That's not something that I've watched him play. He doesn't have the same talent as Kyler. If Kyler is released and is available, he will be the best player on the open market. And Kyler then can choose to go to a situation that may fit him perfectly. One of those teams could be Minnesota. And I think that would make a lot of sense, especially if you want to connect storylines to what we saw last year. Sam Darnold in Seattle worked perfectly. It's just the perfect setup for a guy that was bouncing around the league, who had a lot of talent. You ask him to be decent for most of the games. He doesn't have to be great. Sometimes he blows up. It doesn't matter because their defense is so good. The Minnesota Vikings clearly have the stability, and they've got a great coach who can get the most out of a quarterback. So Kyler absolutely would want to pick for himself because, like, what if those two teams I was talking about, Miami and Arizona, say, all right, let's just swap our quarterbacks. All right, Kyler is then in Miami with a team that's essentially tanking. He's not going to be happy. You send Kyler Murray to the New York Jets, they're not going to be any good. Aaron Glenn is probably going to get fired after next season. So then they're starting over all again. And then you get a new head coaching staff who doesn't want Kyler Murray. And then they're moving him. You know, like, there's only a limited amount of spots where you could see Kyler going to and having a lot of success this upcoming season. So, of course, he wants to be the one that's dictating where he goes. And it's also kind of silly, I think, the way that you have to just wipe everything clean. I don't understand, like, Kyler Murray's, I think he's a good quarterback. I don't think he's great. I think maybe his personality needs to be, or his approach needs to be adjusted a little bit to the game and to look at those who are doing it at the highest level and show that level of dedication. Because I believe the Fox story also points out that some of the concerns with the team have been his inability to be a true leader, whatever they
Which have always been there, by the way.
Yeah, for sure. And we also know that with the conversations of, like, they had to put a clause in his contract so he didn't play video games.
Yeah, study sessions. Mandatory study sessions was what it was called.
And when you have to do that, then I am putting that player on blast. It is up to you to be a professional. We're having that same conversation right now in the league about Lamar Jackson. And we'll get to that later on in the show, but Lamar has all of the talent in the world. He's won the MVP twice. He's almost gotten there to win a Super Bowl. But then there's concerns that he's never available for the offseason programs. He doesn't want to practice throughout the season. Is he a true leader? So, you know, with Kyler Murray, of course, it makes a lot of sense that he wants the Cardinals to release him. You know what I mean? Like, and that's why the story today, he wants it. He's disgruntled. That doesn't mean the Cardinals need to do that. The Cardinals should not release him. They should hold on to him, and then they should trade him for whatever they can get back.
The direct line to the front office for Kyler Murray should be closed. The pick up the phone and, hey, Kyler, what can I do for you? That line should be defunct and closed out, right?
Yeah.
Black, you saying him, if he hit the market, he would be the best of quarterback option.
Yeah.
I agree with you in the sense that the only reason that's the case is because you could sign him for the minimum. Him at $45 million, what he's making right now, $46 million, wouldn't make him the best option. That's where it gets a little sticky. If you could get Kyler Murray for $3 million and take a flyer on what he'll look like, then he's absolutely a great option. And if there's one guy I trust in the league today, it's Kevin O'Connell to figure out and evaluate quarterback talent and if they could make it and win enough games and he could be a viable option. I think deep down, there was a lot of things going back and forth with O'Connell and the front office for Minnesota. I think deep down, O'Connell wanted to keep Sam Darnold.
I could see that.
Every time I heard him open his mouth, he had to back JJ because that was the direction that it was going. Yeah. But it's like, man, I have a proven product here. We just won a ton of ball games.
Yeah.
Our defense is good enough. It's going to continue to be good enough. I also have to worry about keeping Jet Jefferson happy because we're like 3 or 4 weeks away next season for Justin Jefferson being what's he going to be?
Disgruntled.
Disgruntled.
He'll be disgruntled.
He's going to be a disgruntled Justin Jefferson, right? Yeah. And then you have a real big issue on your hands because then in the NFL, Black, you know it. Everyone listening knows that watches the NFL on a consistent basis. You are closer to a rebuild than you think. A couple things can go wrong. All of a sudden, that defense is older. It needs to get broken down. Your best player, you can argue, is the best player at that position in Justin Jefferson in the NFL, is now disgruntled. You don't have a quarterback. Now it's completely, you're at the studs and trying to rebuild.
All right, so this is from ESPN Television. Dan Orlovsky was talking about the options out there on the quarterback market and what the Minnesota Vikings should do at quarterback next season. Here's Orlovsky.
The totem pole should be Aaron Rodgers Kirk Cousins, Kyler Murray. That should be the order for the Minnesota Vikings. Aaron Rodgers, still capable of playing good football. Kirk Cousins, I thought, played good football when he started last year. And then Kyler Murray is still so talented that if you don't get one of those two, he's the guy.
What is he talking about? That's Dan Orlovsky on ESPN television. First of all, and we can debate it. I could understand for one season, Aaron Rodgers is better than Kyler Murray. If I'm building a team long term, Kyler has the long-term upside that Aaron Rodgers does not give you. So I think it's a toss-up between Kyler and Aaron Rodgers. But to what Dan is suggesting, Dan Orlovsky, it's Bleck and Abdallah here on Westwood One Sports. Sean Little in for Abdallah today. What Orlovsky is suggesting is that Aaron Rodgers is going to go somewhere other than Pittsburgh. He's going to go to Pittsburgh. If he plays, he's going to Pittsburgh. I think that's established. I would be shocked if he was playing for someone else this upcoming season. If he's not playing for the Steelers, he's somewhere off doing ayahuasca. He's not playing football. Okay, so that's one. So if we want to debate Kyler or Rodgers, that's fair. You can call us at 310-840-4910. But what the hell is Orlovsky talking about? Kirk Cousins over Kyler Murray? Come on now. That's not real.
No, it's not real. Kirk Cousins is completely dust from what I've seen over the last coming off of the Achilles. It's just not there. And we're talking about if you're going to go stopgap.
Yeah.
If Aaron Rodgers is an option, that's a better option than Kirk Cousins. I agree. The key here is what dollar amount am I going to get Kyler Murray at? If he gets cut and I can get him for that minimum, sign me up.
Yeah.
If I have to trade draft capital for Kyler Murray to get a look, and I also have to pay him $46 million a year, this is a completely different conversation. Kyler Murray falls to the bottom of the list of guys I'm interested in at that number. So now they're a perfect candidate for a stopgap guy like Aaron Rodgers. So
yes, they are. Yeah.
They're a perfect candidate for a 1 year look. This is why you have to figure out, man, that Sam Darnold deal looks sparkling now. JJ McCarthy, you probably could have got off of JJ McCarthy and got a first round pick from someone on a complete robbery.
Or you could have selected a player there, right? Like instead of JJ McCarthy. I mean, people had their concerns of McCarthy coming out of Michigan, just the fact that Michigan won not because of his arm, it was because of their defense and their run game and all their other talented players. It's Bleck and Abdallah here on Westwood One Sports and the Westwood One Sports app. Sean Little filling in for Abdallah today, hanging out for the next couple hours. What do the Raiders want from Max Crosby? We have some intel on what the Raiders are looking for in a trade for Crosby. We'll tell you about that next.
How long will the Steelers wait for a decision from Aaron Rodgers? Or could Mike McCarthy and company be in the market for a QB like Malik Willis in free agency? Wait, what? Westwood One Sports.
Navy Federal Credit Union can help you dominate debt with the Platinum Card. Transfer your credit card balance to the Platinum Card within your first 60 days and get a 0% intro APR for 12 months. Our members could save thousands of dollars over the promo period. Visit NavyFederal.org/platinum. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission.
Navy Federal is insured by NCUA. After the intro rate expires, variable APRs are 10.24% to 18% based on creditworthiness. Rates are subject to change. ATM fees for cash advances are up to $1 at non-Navy Federal ATMs. Offer ends 3/31/2026.
On the battlefield, there's a saying America's military men and women live by. Never leave a fallen warrior behind. Ever. Off the battlefield, Wounded Warrior Project operates with the same goal. Wounded Warrior Project was created to help our men and women returning home with the scars of war, whether those scars are physical or mental. Wounded Warrior Project. We never leave a fallen warrior behind. Ever. Learn more about what we do at woundedwarriorproject.org.
Empower. Ellie here is getting the sleeve she's always dreamed of. She worked with Empower and planned for her next move, so she got good at money. Now she can be a little bad. Oh, by the way, you spelled journey wrong. No worries. She can afford the cover-up, too. Ooh, check out my tat. It says, invest well, live a little. Start today at empower.com.
COVID-19 has cast a spotlight on the stark inequalities that drive poverty. The poorest communities in the U.S. and around the world are suffering the most. Oxfam believes we can put systems in place to protect health and livelihoods in the future if we work together with dignity and compassion. Learn how you can help offer safety to the most vulnerable and fight for a more resilient future at oxfamamerica.org. Sponsored by Oxfam America.
All right, class, tell me about your weekend. Leo?
Well, my sister wanted to go camping, so my parents took us in our new Nissan Pathfinder through a mountain trail.
Thank you, Leo.
No, it's not over yet. My brother wanted to explore some caves, so we drove up a bunch of steep hills. And then we
With its V6 engine and 9-speed automatic transmission, the Nissan Pathfinder can power your adventure. That's why J.D. Power ranks Nissan #1 in new vehicle quality among mainstream brands. The new V6-powered Nissan Pathfinder. For J.D. Power 2025 U.S. Central Quality Study Award information, visit jdpower.com/awards.
With VerboCare, help is always ready, before, during, and after your stay. We've planned for the plot twists, so support is always available. Because a great trip starts with peace of mind.
I think one of the things that patients don't realize is that when they get a joint replacement, that's not a lifetime treatment option. And they're probably, if they are a younger patient, signing up for multiple surgeries down the road.
As a physician and medical director for QC Kinetics, Dr. Caravelli's seen a pattern of trending joint pain. Prolonged medication, steroids, then surgery, possibly another surgery.
So a lot of our patients are trying to avoid or put off surgery, and this is the treatment that can help them do that.
QC Kinetics extracts your body's healing substances, concentrates them back into your aching joints to help heal and restore those areas, providing lasting relief.
Oh, I love being able to tell my patients, before we do this surgery, let's try another option. Let's see if this is right for you, because now they might not have to have surgery at all.
Call today for your free consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 617-644-PAIN. That's 617-644-PAIN. 617-644-PAIN.
Collection agency in the world, and they can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Take control of your tax problem now by calling the experts at U.S. Tax Shield and take advantage of the Fresh Start program and new laws that may allow us to negotiate a settlement for the lowest amount possible. Our team of tax attorneys and enrolled agents can stop collections and get you protected so you can take control of your financial future. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, so call now. 800-785-9132. That's 800-785-9132. U.S. Tax Shield. 800-785-9132.
America, look around. Everywhere you go, prices are still high. Rates have been whipsawing markets, and the debt and spending don't exactly scream stability. If your retirement is mostly stocks and bonds, you may be taking a risk, more risk than you think. And when you're near retirement, a sharp drawdown at the wrong time can do real damage. Experts say diversifying with intention is the #1 secret account that all American smart money uses to hedge against instability. Its precious metals, silver, and gold is having a spectacular bull run. Would it not make sense to get in before the rocket takes off? Monetary Gold have been around since 2000, witnessing multiple economic setbacks. They have the experience to help tailor your portfolio to your needs. If you call now, they will cover up to a lifetime of your IRA fees on qualified accounts. Call Monetary Gold now at 877-NOW-GOLD. That's 877-NOW-GOLD. Performance may vary. You should always consult your financial and tax professional. That's 877-NOW-GOLD.
This is AM 850 WEEI Boston, the home of Rome, Boston College sports, and you better you bet, AM 850 WEEI.
This is Black and Abdallah on Westwood One Sports. Here's Chris Black and Adam Abdallah.
All right, so what do the Vegas Raiders want for Max Crosby? Pro Football Talk is reporting that the Raiders want 2 first-round picks and a player for Max Crosby. That's what the Dallas Cowboys got for Micah Parsons. I'm Chris Black, along today with Sean Little. It's Black and Abdallah here on Westwood One Sports. Sean is filling in for Abdallah today as we're hanging out talking to you at 310-840-4910. So 2 first-round picks and a player for Max Crosby. Originally, Sean, I thought that would be a little much. I thought that Max Crosby would likely get one pick and a player. And I think that would be the asking price, just because I think if we're looking at the caliber of player, the age, where they're at in their career, this is not Micah Parsons. Micah Parsons being traded last offseason, I was making the argument that he's the best non-quarterback football player in the entire league. And I think it stands true. If he's healthy, Micah Parsons is that big of a difference maker. And that's not meant to throw shade at Max Crosby. I think that's just the harsh reality. So if the Raiders are asking for that, is this just a tactic to get that out there now, hoping that someone's desperate and they do give you 2 first-round picks and a player? Or eventually it will come back in negotiations and the Raiders will trade Crosby for 1 pick and a player? How do you think this plays out?
Well, let me ask you this. I'll kick it right back to you.
Yep.
Did Green Bay get off light? Did they win that deal? Was that enough? Because I felt like when that came over the ticker, I was like, oh, Green Bay got over.
I think it is, because with the way it works, and I think the way it played out is a perfect example. The Cowboys defense is still the worst in the league. So now that's something that they're backpedaling and they're trying to figure out this offseason. And we've even seen people suggest that Dallas should be the team that goes after Max Crosby. So if that's the case, if Dallas is using the 20th pick overall, which is a pick that they got from the Packers in the Micah Parsons trade, to then trade it for Max Crosby, aren't you getting back to exactly the same spot you were in last year, but you have a lesser player? So I think that I think the Packers gave up the right amount to get Micah, because then Micah going out essentially submarined their season at the end. A healthy Micah Parsons is one of the best players in football. But Green Bay then, they fizzled at the end of the season. So, I guess that's where my perspective would say you can never guarantee health in the NFL. So he may be caliber-wise the type of player that could demand maybe 3 first-round picks,
sure,
or even more. But I do think it was a pretty fair trade, and the Cowboys now are trying to change that this offseason. So I think maybe it's to be determined, how do they use that extra pick? Do they take a player at 20? Do they stand there? Do they trade? Do they franchise tag George Pickens and then pair that with the 20th pick? I think there's a lot on the table for the Cowboys.
So now to go back to answer your question, I think it is just Las Vegas trying to put something in the market, say, hey, this is what we expect. Don't pick up the phone and call us with some nonsense like a two twos and whoever, right? So we're just letting you know we could start a little conversation around ones. Now, in the NFL, 2 first-round picks is a big, big, big ask, especially for a guy that wants to get out of town. There's always context around this stuff and these deals. Max Crosby can help suitors by saying, yo, listen, I am not going to be around. I'm not coming back to Vegas regardless, right? Then things start to change. Does he feel like he owes the Raiders organization more than that and Mark Davis more than that? Maybe. So maybe he doesn't want to go down that route. There's not very many people that you can legitimately ask for 2 first-round picks and a player for. I think Max Crosby is borderline, but he's still 28 years old. Bears fans, I was at the game in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
He essentially destroyed us in the entire first half. We had no motion because of one guy, and we had to block one guy. Everyone knew who that guy was, and we couldn't slow him up. He's relentless. He's a real deal guy. And for me, Black, when you rank needs in the NFL, it's quarterback, it's left tackle, it's edge rusher. In that order for me. Then you could start talking about maybe a lockdown corner at 4.
Yeah, in the way I've always kind of viewed modern team building is you got to get a quarterback, you got to get weapons for your quarterback, and you got to get someone to get after the quarterback. And you're right, left tackle is a huge deal, and I feel like we've seen some teams patchwork that But you can always tell a team that goes cheap on the left tackle because those are the quarterbacks that are always getting hit. Those are the quarterbacks who are like young guys who are struggling, but they have talent. And it's like, do you blame the infrastructure around them, or is it because they have a left tackle who can't play, who's a turnstile over there?
Yeah.
And I think that, like, and what's funny about that is we're both broadcasting from Chicago, and we both are from Chicago, and we both are Chicago Bears fans. And I think that's why there is an element of connecting the dots between Chicago and Vegas, because most people who watch the Chicago Bears on a week-to-week basis, they know what happened in Vegas. And what happened in Vegas didn't stay there because Max Crosby dominated that game. And it was the setup and the aftermath of that game. Chicago won. They blocked a field goal at the end to win a game to kind of save their season. It was teetering early in the year. I was at that game too. It was a blast.
Unbelievable, yeah.
Amazing stadium. But I would say this. When you look at the way the Bears talked about Max Crosby before the game, they were well aware of his talent. Ben Johnson spoke him up before the game. During the game, in the first half, he stopped everything the Chicago Bears in the first half tried to do. Max Crosby had a hand in it, tipping a pass, disrupting a play, tackles in the backfield, hitting the quarterback. He did everything. He was everywhere. It was like there were four of him out there on the field. And then after the game, the way Caleb Williams talked about Max Crosby, he said that was the best player he's ever played against. Now, again, he played against more teams that season, and he had a full rookie season. But he said college pro, Max Crosby was the best player I've ever gone against. He didn't say that about Micah Parsons. Now, you could connect those dots locally because people want Max Crosby. And then also, there was that podcast that was dropped last week where Caleb and Crosby seem to be buddy-buddy. Which is cool. I think it's a lot of wishful thinking from local Chicago Bears fans. I personally would think it would be great if they could get that done. But unfortunately, from Chicago's perspective, they're not the only team that's going to be vying for Max Crosby's services. And I mentioned about 30 minutes ago that this offseason, there's about 11 teams in the league, and maybe we can cross Tennessee off today because they made the trade with the Jets. So there's like 10 teams looking for help on the defensive line to get after the quarterback. A couple of those teams are teams in their championship windows, like Kansas City, San Francisco. Washington is on the same level as Chicago. Both teams have made the playoffs in recent years, and they're looking to bounce back. So I think there's a lot of dots that connect. I would feel like it's too rich to give up 2 first-round picks and a player for Max Crosby.
Because there's a lot of holes that the Chicago Bears still need to fill. Now,
yeah. And for anything, like even Kansas City or San Francisco, if you're in that situation and you need an edge rusher, I would just say, okay, I've got my quarterback. I'm using my first-round draft pick to get my edge rusher. And I'm believing in my scouting department. That's how we're going to get this done.
How about get it done without giving up 2 1s? Figure it out. Figure a way to get it done. Give up a 1, give up a couple players, some cash, whatever you have to do to figure out a way to get a guy like Max Crosby. Because, Black, there's nothing more that I hate when I'm supporting a team with my all in all is when we have a glaring need and we show up to the season with it unaddressed.
Right.
Like last year, we could be sitting in these exact seats in Chicago downtown. I would ask you, Black, what do the Bears need? Edge rushing.
Edge rusher.
We went into the season without any D-line that are going to create havoc and game change like we thought Montez Sweat would and showed flashes of doing. We sit here today going into the season, the number 1 priority is edge rushing and figuring out a way to bolster the defensive line. It has to be addressed.
Yeah,
this would be multiple years in a row that it's clear what the club needs, and we and Poles and the gang don't go get it done. So if it's Max Crosby, phenomenal, but go impact that side of the ball.
Well, and I think the perfect example of what you're talking about is what we saw play out in real time this season with the Los Angeles Rams. The entire season, their special teams was the problem. And we saw that in the NFC Championship game. You know, we saw the Rams special teams unit get just bullied over by Seattle. And Seattle was able to get to the Super Bowl and to win it. And for most of the season, I thought that the Rams were the best team in football. They just didn't necessarily put it together at the end. But then it's like they also fired their special teams coordinator midway through the season. This was an issue that they were having the entire season. So, Sean, you're right. Like, when you're a fan of a team and you know what the biggest weakness is, and the team doesn't do something to change that, that's so frustrating in sports. It absolutely is.
Now, if you really want to get granular, you believe in Caleb Williams just like I do.
Yep.
Now, do 2 ones and a player sound as expensive now that we know Caleb can play? He's going to be a top 6-7 quarterback in the NFL next year for my money, and he's still on the rookie deal. So now if we start getting really granular, it's like, maybe it might be worth 2 ones in a player if we could get Max in to impact over the next 2 years while that Caleb money doesn't kick in until the following. That's where you have to start weighing out what's worth 2 ones, what isn't, because along with me being really frustrated about when your club doesn't I get really disgruntled when my club doesn't address an obvious need. I also hate to see what happens to guys like Patrick Mahomes, where we get sold a bag of Rashee Rice as a difference maker, along with Juju Smith-Schuster, along with an old Travis Kelce. In all sincerity, go get my guy some weapons. He's the guy.
Yeah, and to answer that question, Sean Little hanging out, Black Abdallah here on Westwood One Sports and the Westwood One Sports app. Abdallah is off today. To answer that, I don't want to do that. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't give up 2 first-round picks because the way my head is looking at this Chicago situation in the future is, I agree. The Bears have their quarterback. They have their head coach. In my head, this is going to last for a while. And so I'm not viewing this offseason as we have to win a Super Bowl in this next year or else. I'm hoping for sustained success. And so I'm okay giving up 1 first-round draft pick and a player for Max Crosby. Once you start adding a second first-round pick or more draft capital to it, now you're looking at a situation where you kind of have to win now. And we've seen that very team, that kind of mindset backfire in the past when they went after Khalil Mack. So I would just say, all right, fine. The Raiders are not interested.
Who was unbelievable, by the way, when he was engaged.
He was. But I would say, if the Raiders want more than a first-round pick and a player, then I would say, fine, go ahead. I'm going to draft my edge rusher at 25, and that's going to be the guy that's going to turn into Max Crosby at some point, and I'm going to do the work as an organization, and I'm going to draft well, which that's a whole different show on whether or not Ryan Poles drafts well.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's that's – I think when you start attaching multiple first-round picks, that's how GMs get themselves into a bad spot.
You get behind the 8 ball pretty quickly.
They seem a little desperate at that moment. And I think the Bears are finally in a spot where they don't have to be desperate building forward because they got the coach, they got the quarterback right. And at some point, they should be able to fix the defense. Black and Abdallah here on Westwood One Sports and the Westwood One Sports app. Sean Little from NBA TV hanging out with me today in for Abdallah. Todd Monken spoke at the Combine yesterday. He spoke highly about a quarterback. Which quarterback on the Browns did he speak highly about? We'll tell you next.
There's some big names on the trade block. Jalen Waddle, Max Crosby, A.J. Brown. Where are they going? And how will the moves impact your team? We'll tell you as it happens. Westwood One Sports.
In the automotive industry, time and trust mean everything. Miss an electrical problem, and it can mean big problems for your operation. That's why Napa believes in testing the 5 critical components in every vehicle: the battery, starter, alternator, relay, and serpentine belt. And why we deliver the parts, tools, and expertise you need to catch problems before they become breakdowns. So test every vehicle and trust the name that keeps your bays busy and your business moving full speed ahead. Napa know-how.
COVID-19 has cast a spotlight on the stark inequalities that drive poverty. The poorest communities in the U.S. and around the world are suffering the most. Oxfam believes we can put systems in place to protect health and livelihoods in the future if we work together with dignity and compassion. Learn how you can help offer safety to the most vulnerable and fight for a more resilient future at oxfamamerica.org. Sponsored by Oxfam America.
Are you paying too much for term life insurance? There's a tremendous price war among the major term life companies. Rates have dropped dramatically in the past 2 years. For example, a man age 45 non-tobacco user, $1 million of coverage is only $75 per month, level for the next 10 years. Or a man age 50 non-tobacco user can buy $500,000 of coverage for a monthly premium of only $110. Guaranteed not to change for the next 20 years. That's right, level rates for 20 years. And if you're a smoker, we have great rates for you as well. At the Term Lifeline, we specialize in policies of $500,000 and above. So if you're looking for new or replacement term life insurance, call right now for a free quote.
800-676-1090. 800-676-1090. 800-676-1090. That's 800-676-1090.
Rates and availability may vary by state. Sample rate quotes are based on preferred non-tobacco underwriting exam required to qualify.
Paid for by Airtime Media.
All right, class, tell me about your weekend. Leo?
Well, my sister wanted to go camping, so my parents took us in our new Nissan Pathfinder through a mountain trail.
Thank you, Leo.
No, it's not over yet. My brother wanted to explore some caves, so we drove up a bunch of steep hills. And then we
With its V6 engine and 9-speed automatic transmission, the Nissan Pathfinder can power your adventure. That's why J.D. Power ranks Nissan #1 in new vehicle quality among mainstream brands. The new V6-powered Nissan Pathfinder. For J.D. Power 2025 U.S. Central Quality Study Award information, visit jdpower.com/awards.
The South Coast Health Heart and Vascular Program is nationally recognized year after year for providing world-class care. Our heart and vascular team goes above and beyond to deliver the best clinical care and most compassionate service. You receive the time, attention, and communication you need to feel most comfortable, because at South Coast Health, you are what matters most. We are South Coast Health Heart and Vascular. Visit southcoast.org/heart to learn more.
Spring is right around the corner, and the Home Depot is here to help you bring your home to life with savings on indoor and outdoor plants. Visit your local Home Depot Garden Center for tips, inspiration, and helpful guidance with everything from hydrangeas to herb gardens. Our stores are stocked with plants that thrive in your region, so you can keep things lush and blooming all season long. Get ready for spring with savings on our wide selection of indoor and outdoor plants only at the Home Depot. Product varies by store. See store for details.
To negotiate a settlement for the lowest amount possible. Our team of tax attorneys and enrolled agents can stop collections and get you protected so you can take control of your financial future. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, so call now. 800-785-9132. That's 800-785-9132. U.S. Tax Shield. 800-785-9132.
America, look around. Everywhere you go, prices are still high. Rates have been whipsawing markets, and the debt and spending don't exactly scream stability. If your retirement is mostly stocks and bonds, you may be taking a risk, more risk than you think. And when you're near retirement, a sharp drawdown at the wrong time can do real damage. Experts say diversifying with intention is the #1 secret account that all American smart money uses to hedge against instability. Its precious metals, silver, and gold is having a spectacular bull run. Would it not make sense to get in before the rocket takes off? Monetary Gold have been around since 2000, witnessing multiple economic setbacks. They have the experience to help tailor your portfolio to your needs. If you call now, they will cover up to a lifetime of your IRA fees on qualified accounts. Call Monetary Gold now at 877-NOW-GOLD. That's 877-NOW-GOLD. Performance may vary. You should always consult your financial and tax professional. That's 877-NOW-GOLD.
This is AM 850 WEEI Boston, the home of Rome, Boston College sports, and you better you bet, AM 850 WEEI.
This is Black and Abdallah on Westwood One Sports. Here's Chris Black and Adam Abdallah.
In for Abdallah today is Sean Little from NBA TV, hanging out with me for the next couple hours on Westwood One Sports and the Westwood One Sports app. Sean, one of the biggest stories that I've kind of followed here in the NFL offseason is a storyline with Cleveland, the Browns, and what they will do at quarterback. It's this conversation and topic where we look at when you have 3, maybe 4 quarterbacks. You really don't have any quarterbacks. And I know last season some of that was due to players playing and getting time because of injury. But when you have Dylan Gabriel, you have Shedeur Sanders, 2 players that you drafted last season, Deshaun Watson still hanging around. The Cleveland Browns have a mess at quarterback. New head coach Todd Monken is there. Is he able to get something out of these players, I think is a storyline we need to follow throughout the offseason.
Hey, man, maybe that's why you don't draft 3 quarterbacks. Maybe that's why you don't have 5 quarterbacks that are all either rookies or extremely mediocre in the quarterback room. Maybe that's why you don't say, hey, we actually are thinking about playing Flacco to start the year, but we just drafted all these young guys. Like, maybe you don't jam up your next head coach like that. But we are here, and this is where we are with the Cleveland Browns. Now, I want to be clear here on Todd Monken. Todd, if you're listening, my brother.
Yeah, he's a big fan of the show.
You're 60 years old. If you want to have some fun and you want to scroll for a little bit, go to Todd Monken's Wikipedia page, and you can scroll for 10 minutes on all the positions he's had in football over his career.
We call those lifers.
We'll talk.
He's a coaching lifer.
Lifer, for sure. We'll go to LSU. We'll start there. 05-06 pass game coordinator. Then he goes to the Jacksonville Jaguars. He's wide receiver coach. We'll skip down to the Bucs 2016-18. He's the offensive coordinator, wide receiver coach. Then he goes to Cleveland, offensive coordinator. Then he goes to Georgia, offensive coordinator, quarterbacks coach for 2 years. Then he goes to Baltimore. Now he's back to Cleveland. Listen, Todd, do whatever you think is right. This is going to be your only shot, my guy. You will not get another opportunity to be the head coach for an NFL team. Now, I say all that to say, in all seriousness, though, evaluate, look, if you think none of those guys are your guy, have the heart to be, hey, we're going to move off of these guys. I want to try something else. Maybe it's a quarterback we haven't even thought of yet. I think a lot of these decisions, anytime you half-step a decision in the NFL and you're not fully behind it, that's when you run into problems.
Yeah.
Now, we could talk about Pete Carroll moving to Russell Wilson as a rookie. We thought that was an asinine decision after they had paid all that money to, I'm blanking on
Matt Flynn.
To Matt Flynn.
Yeah.
You're like, wait, well, I don't understand. How could you give Matt Flynn that dollar and then start Russell Wilson? It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
But sometimes if that's the right decision, it seems hard at the time, it might be going against the grain. You got to do it. So, Todd, the experience is endless. You've seen guys like Lamar Jackson up close, and you've seen what a winning quarterback looks like. If he's not on the roster, don't charade around because his last name is Sanders, and I like Shedeur. Like, let's not get it twisted. But don't run a charade and lie to yourself. If you don't think he's the guy, figure out a way to get someone in the building that can win you some games because this is your time to shine as a head coach in the league.
You can like Shedeur. He's not a starting quarterback in the NFL. He's not. If you watch him play, you look at the stats, he is woefully overmatched to NFL defenses. And I think we saw that when he had his time, which I think is interesting that, like, he's walking around like he's a blank of the walk as their quarterback when it's like, dude, you were in because the other guys were hurt. And, like, okay, if they're going to go that path in this offseason, then I guess – so I asked the question before we went to commercial break, who did Todd Monken talk up at the Combine? What if he talked up multiple quarterbacks? Here's Todd Monken at the Combine yesterday talking about Deshaun Watson.
I think any time that you have a player that at one time has exhibited the skill set at an elite level, I think you're always going to give them the benefit of the doubt that somehow we might be able to get that out of them again. And I think that's how you should look at every player. I've said that. You guys have heard me say it. I'm going to let it play out. I think it'd be completely unfair, just like it would be in any classroom setting, be it a history exam, and all the students walk in, and before they're actually given the exam, you give them a grade. Well, how would you give them a grade? Based on male, female, race, how they look, how they're dressed? I think that's unfair.
What?
Now, you're going to have some preconceived notions, obviously, because we have prior evidence, but that's up. I don't decide who plays. The players decide who plays. I've never decided who plays.
All right, Todd Monken. As Sean says, this is your one chance to be a head coach in the NFL. What does Todd Monken at the Combine think of Shedeur Sanders?
I think what you see is elite playmaking ability. That's in him. You've seen it. We've seen it. You saw it in college. You saw it on tape last year. Sure, there's a ways to go, but what rookie isn't? I mean, what first-year player doesn't have a long way to go? So I'm excited to get started with him and all of our quarterbacks and all of our players.
All right, so hearing Todd Monken speak there, Sean is in for Abdallah today, blocking Abdallah here on Westwood One Sports. That means he doesn't know. He doesn't know who his quarterback is for the future. They'll have an open quarterback competition. It's a story we'll follow throughout training camp. I'm guessing all three of them won't be great. Like, this isn't going to be some solution where one guy shows up and he's all of a sudden fantastic and the Browns are off and running with a new head coach. And I think it's also one of those things, like Sean mentioned to me, that this is the one chance that Todd Monken gets. And it's true. It's also a job that nobody wanted. And you had high-level caliber coordinators and people looking for jobs in this offseason who said, I'll take something else because I don't want to be the Browns head coach. So we'll keep our eyes on that. It's Blocking Abdallah here on Westwood One Sports and the Westwood One Sports app. Sean Little in for Abdallah today. We do have breaking news in the NFL. This comes to ESPN. The Indianapolis Colts have given quarterback Anthony Richardson permission to seek a trade given his uncertain future in Indy. Now, we know that the Colts are planning on giving a contract extension to Daniel Jones here in this offseason. That was reported earlier in the week that the two sides are talking. So with Anthony Richardson, much like what we're talking about with the scenario with the Colts, you have a young, talented quarterback who had a little bad luck last season. Like, the fact that a elastic band snapped and hit him in the eye is one of the worst luck injuries I think I can remember as a sports fan. I mean, we've all been to the gym and we've all seen people using those stretchy bands at the gym. Could you imagine, Sean, if one just snapped right back at your face? Like, that sucks. With that said, he also can't play. I was
wondering if you were going to get to that part.
I was going to say, like, the human side of me feels like really bad for Anthony Richardson. Like, that stinks. He also was someone who was drafted way too high, and he was drafted with the idea that his talent and his arm strength was going to outweigh what he was doing at Florida as a quarterback when he made bad decisions as a quarterback in college. So, of course, he's going to make bad decisions as a quarterback in the NFL. So that's the news coming across right now, that the Colts are giving Anthony Richardson permission to seek a trade, which means in the NFL.
What does that mean?
Well, it means that they will likely, if they can't find a trade partner, they'll just release him.
There you go.
So he'll be someone who will be available for anyone to pick up.
We're trying to trade Anthony Richardson. If we can't get anything for him, we're going to cut him.
Yeah, I mean, that's essentially what it is.
Give it a rest, please.
I mean, you'd like to get something back. Like, if they could get a 6th or a 7th round pick back for a player that I think everyone sees as they're not going to use him going forward. And then on top of it, they're likely to release. It just is not going to work out for Anthony Richardson with Indy. I don't know. Like, maybe he's a type of player. Now, I was saying that I wasn't sold on Malik Willis being the type of guy that could maybe rehab his career and kind of do what Sam Darnold has done or Baker Mayfield has done. I mean, Anthony Richardson was a high first-round draft pick. Is that the type of guy that a smart team who has a starting quarterback, takes a flyer on, bring him into our facility, have him sit behind, say, Matthew Stafford, and McVay coaches Richardson up, and then when Stafford leaves in a year or two, maybe you got a product there who could be a guy to take over at some point. I wonder if there's a good team that takes a flyer.
Yeah, or maybe it doesn't and it didn't cost you too much capital, either draft or dollars, and you can just both wipe your hands of it. There's only certain coaches in organizations that seem to be able to pull this off. It's McVay, it's Shanahan, it's LaFleur. I think I really like what he did with Malik Willis. He looked like a completely different guy coming from Tennessee. So
he did, yeah.
He could get in the situation where someone can get an actual look, and if he doesn't pan out for those guys, then it's like, all right, maybe he can't play. But it's tough to write off young quarterbacks. Like Shedeur, I still think if he was a rookie, he still has a lot of room to be able to show that he could play in this league. We've seen guys come through down the road, but Richardson didn't dominate in college, and it's tough to say he's going to continue to dominate or have a chance to dominate in the pros.
Yeah, it's one of those things where I understand with Malik Willis. He looked good with the Packers, but they have an infrastructure there.
Yeah.
And that's what I worry about Willis. Going to one of the bottom feeders, he's not going to have that same setup. What's going on with the Ravens and Lamar Jackson? We'll talk about that coming up next.
This is Westwood One Sports.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my site softer?
Can I make my site firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. Enjoy personalized comfort for better sleep night after night. And now, during our President's Day sale, take 50% off our limited edition bed, plus an extra $100 off all mattresses. And Saturday. Only at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com.
DQ presents the Spicy Menu. For a limited time, try the new Flamethrower Chicken Strip Basket for $6.99 with spicy, bold strips that heat you up. Served with a side of famous DQ soft serve as a dip to cool you down. That's right, dip those spicy chicken strips right into soft serve, plus fries and toast, all for just $6.99. And add a new pineapple lemonade sparkler or cooler made with tahini. It's the limited time only Spicy Menu. Get it delivered in the DQ app. Happy, tastes good. Participate.
Gas, repairs, and where did that ding come from? We know owning a car is already expensive enough. You shouldn't have to overpay for auto insurance, too. So shift into savings and put the brakes on those high insurance rates with help from Intuit Credit Karma. Simply open the app to explore personalized rates, get quotes, and find the right coverage plan for you. Great insurance at lower rates? Start looking on Credit Karma today.
The South Coast Health Heart and Vascular Program is nationally recognized year after year for providing world-class care. Our heart and vascular team goes above and beyond to deliver the best clinical care and most compassionate service. You receive the time, attention, and communication you need to feel most comfortable, because at South Coast Health, you are what matters most. We are South Coast Health Heart and Vascular. Visit southcoast.org/heart to learn more.
All right, class, tell me about your weekend. Leo?
Well, my sister wanted to go camping, so my parents took us in our new Nissan Pathfinder through a mountain trail.
Thank you, Leo.
No, it's not over yet. My brother wanted to explore some caves, so we drove up a bunch of steep hills. And then we
With its V6 engine and 9-speed automatic transmission, the Nissan Pathfinder can power your adventure. That's why J.D. Power ranks Nissan #1 in new vehicle quality among mainstream brands. The new V6-powered Nissan Pathfinder. For JD Power 2025 U.S. Initial Quality Study Award information, visit jdpower.com/awards.
Raise your hand if you're excited about feeling older and slower than you should actually. Yeah, I didn't think so. Ongoing pain makes you feel older than you are, but here's the good news. QC Kinetics, patients are getting relief, feeling younger, jumping back into life full speed, and it didn't happen in an operating room. Dr. Tupper and the QC Kinetics medical professional use the latest regenerative treatments backed by real science. Treatments that take the tiny, powerful healing tools inside your body, concentrate them right where you'll need relief. That's how Mike is training for a marathon instead of giving up running. Patrick's golf game is on fire again. Andrea's back in her garden, all real QC Kinetics patients, because no one signs up for feeling old and slower. Find out if you're a candidate for QC Kinetics regenerative treatments. Your visit and consultation is free. Call today, 617-644-PAIN.
For restrictions and details.
America, look around. Everywhere you go, prices are still high. Rates have been whipsawing markets, and the debt and spending don't exactly scream stability. If your retirement is mostly stocks and bonds, you may be taking a risk, more risk than you think. And when you're near retirement, a sharp drawdown at the wrong time can do real damage. Experts say diversifying with intention is the #1 secret account that all American smart money uses to hedge against instability. Its precious metals, silver, and gold is having a spectacular bull run. Would it not make sense to get in before the rocket takes off? Monetary Gold have been around since 2000, witnessing multiple economic setbacks. They have the experience to help tailor your portfolio to your needs. If you call now, they will cover up to a lifetime of your IRA fees on qualified accounts. Call Monetary Gold now at 877-NOW-GOLD. That's 877-NOW-GOLD. Performance may vary. You should always consult your financial and tax professional. That's 877-NOW-GOLD. Are you paying too much for term life insurance? There is a tremendous price war in the term life industry. Rates have dropped dramatically in the past few years. For example, a man age 45 non-smoker can get $1 million of coverage for $75 per month level rate for 10 years, or a man age 50 non-smoker can obtain $500,000 coverage for a month premium of $110 level rate for 20 years. That's right, guaranteed level rate for 20 years. If you're a smoker, we have great rates for you as well. At Term Busters, we specialize in policies of $500,000 and above. If you're looking for a new or replacement term life insurance, call Term Busters today for a quote at 1-800-908-7636. You're probably paying more than you should. Call 1-800-908-7636. Remember, 1-800-908-7636. Rate and availability may vary by state. Sample quotes based on preferred non-smoker. Underwriting and exam required. Call 1-800-908-7636 for details. Paid for by Robert Levenger, insurance agent.
This is AM 850 WEEI Boston, the home of Rome, Boston College sports, and you better you bet. AM 850.
When it comes to getting the guaranteed lowest price on Toyo tires, there's only one place to go, Town Fair Tire. And when it comes to getting more free services for life than anywhere else on Toyo tires, there's only one place to go, Town Fair Tire. So when you're in the market for a new set of Toyo tires, there's only one place to go, because nobody beats a Town Fair Tire deal. Absolutely nobody.
Name brands at discount prices, Town Fair Tire.
Every sandwich has bread, every burger has a bun, but these warm, golden, smooth steam buns, these are special, reserved for the very best. The Filet-O-Fish, and you can have them too.
It's Filet-O-Fish season. Get 2 for $6, or 2 10-piece McNuggets for $6, or mix and match. Limited time only. Price and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer. Single item at regular price.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
When life throws you a curveball, trust Catches Law, New England's hometown law firm. With over 4 decades of success and a local team that truly cares, let Catches Law fight for you. Remember, there's no fee unless you win. Visit catcheslaw.com to schedule your free consultation today.
All right, class, tell me about your weekend. Leo?
Well, my sister wanted to go camping, so my parents took us in our new Nissan Pathfinder through a mountain trail.
Thank you, Leo.
No, it's not over yet. My brother wanted to explore some caves, so we drove up a bunch of steep hills. And then we
With its V6 engine and 9-speed automatic transmission, the Nissan Pathfinder can power your adventure. That's why J.D. Power ranks Nissan #1 in new vehicle quality among mainstream brands. The new V6-powered Nissan Pathfinder. For J.D. Power 2025 U.S. Central Quality Study Award information, visit jdpower.com/awards.
Hello, this is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell. Cordell & Cordell is the largest family law firm in the country, with over 35 years of helping clients navigate divorce. If you or someone you care about is facing a family law issue, let us set up a 1-hour Cordell Consult. The Cordell Consult is a meeting with a local attorney who will give you clear guidance about your options, whether it's a separation, a postnuptial agreement, divorce, or custody. Take the first step. Visit CordellCordell.com. That's CordellCordell.com.
You're listening to Red Sox Spring Training Baseball on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
JetBlue Park, Red Sox and the Rays, Garrett Crochet's first start of the spring, and rather fittingly, we got another all-time great Red Sox pitcher. Just walked in the booth. Pedro Martinez joins us. Pedro, it's so awesome to see you. How are you, man?
I'm great. Always happy to be here. Always happy to have the opportunity to share some moments with the players and pitchers. Always happy to be in the spring training.
You got the Bob Feller Act of Valor Award today. Beautiful presentation on the field. We'll talk a lot about that, but what's your impression of being around these guys? You've been in there on a lot of these live batting practices and a lot of outings. What's your first impression of this Red Sox group?
Well, I'm like a kid in a candy store. I'm extremely happy to see the amount of talent we have. I was just reasoning today we have pretty much every ingredient that we need in the starting rotation. We have youth. We have a true ace on top of the mound, actually just warming up to go pitch his first spring training game. We also have experience, a lot of experience. I feel like Sonny Gray could be a guy that could hang out with Crochet at any moment. And also, he could be the wisdom kind of guy that could guide anybody that has a question for one veteran pitcher. I think Sonny Gray could be that guy. Plus, the rest of the talent that we have is unreal. I'm extremely excited about the way things are going.
It's really interesting. Your guy, Brian Bayo, has gotten very close already with Sonny Gray. He's asked him all kinds of important questions. Isn't it always great to see the Hall of Famer Joe Castiglione?
Oh, yeah, Joe. So happy.
Well, thank you so much for your nice message. And I had the honor a year ago, November, of accepting the Active Valor Award, Bob Feller, for Pedro. Bob was my broadcast partner in Cleveland many years ago, and all due to retired Navy officer here, Steve Curtis, who's with us. Steve, how'd you pick Pedro for this award?
We'll work on his headset here as we go along. I think it's pretty clear that Pedro's a totally worthy and deserving recipient of that honor. Garrett Crochet, the big, strong left-hander who just marveled Red Sox Nation. He's on the mound for the first time this spring. The hulking lefty into the wind he throws, and the first pitch to Carson Williams is fouled straight back, 95 miles an hour. He's ready to go right out of the gates.
Oh, well, not quite ready yet. But I guarantee you it's going to be even better than what you've seen right now. I'm excited. This is a guy that's really disciplined, seems to be so focused on the things that he wants to do, and also committed.
Yep.
I love to see when a guy takes over, especially in a new organization, with such a responsibility. He feels like he's committed, he's responsible, he knows exactly what he needs to do for this organization, and he's trying to do it.
1-1 is a line drive on the ground into left field. That's a leadoff base hit for Carson Williams. You know,
it sounds like Pedro coming to the Red Sox.
100%. Right? And you know, Pedro, Alex said that to us all year. The thing that stood out to him more than anything was the work ethic and the preparation that Garrett put in, just like you did.
Well, that tells you everything about, what kind of character he has, how responsible he is, how mature he is about understanding what it means to the organization and to his teammates. So I'm extremely happy to now say that we have a true ace, and I know exactly how he should be feeling right now. It's like I'm in his shoes right now, but with a better body.
You have, yeah. It's this time of year, everybody's excited. We harken back to the great playoff start against the Yankees. He led the league in strikeouts as Justin Henry Malloy fouls it off. But how do you balance Pedro in a first start like this, where literally the only thing that matters is that he walks off the mound healthy?
Yeah. You have to continue to work on the things that you're working in the bullpen, the things that you want to improve. It doesn't matter. Results don't matter here in the spring training. So I expect him to do exactly what I used to do. I would just come and work on the things that I wanted to work, regardless of the result.
And would that be just one pitch maybe didn't feel right in the bullpen, so you wanted to try it on the game mound?
That's exactly it. Or if you have something new that you want to add to your repertoire, then you work on it and you insist on it. It doesn't matter if they hit it. It doesn't matter what they do. It's just that I'm doing exactly what I wanted to do.
1-2 is a one-hopper to third. Monasterio throws a little wide, but a good pick over there by Caleb Durbin, a newcomer for the Red Sox. He made a nice play there at second, so there's the first out for
Pedro's
Crochet.
really excelling in his second career on television. You have to stay very current. You do it, and you do it with so much fun. Who's your daddy thing, and all of the nuances you bring to TV with a touch of humor, but a lot of expertise.
Well, I just bring what I know. I don't try to overdo anything. I just speak about the things that I understand, I know, I've been through, and I am a player's kind of
analyst,
analyst, but I keep it real though. I just say it straight up. I can't be in any other way, and that's the way I am. So I just keep it straight for everybody.
It's the way you were as a player. It's the way you are as a friend to so many. It's the way you are on TV. This is Junior Caminero, and Crochet just threw one to the backstop way over his head as now he yanks a fastball way outside. You know, Pedro, there is a lot of similarities between you and this man, Garrett Crochet, in the intensity and the just self-belief. I love the idea that every game he just said, you know what, it's going to be a first pitch, four-seam fastball no matter what. I'm coming at you.
Well, it's nice to see that he can trust everything he has. And I'll tell you what, if I had his fastball, I'll do the same thing as well.
Yours was pretty good.
97 to 100 consistently in such a big frame body and very deceiving. It's something that you can actually do, and it seems to me like that's what he's working on.
Well, a little four-seam fastball miss there to Caminero. So you've been in this spot. I mean, he did not miss like that all of last regular season. I'm sure there's not the same adrenaline. It's just weird being on a game mound for the first time. What do you think's going through his mind right now?
Well, he's trying to establish what he wants to do, and it seems to me like he wants to work on his fastball. Especially, I've seen a couple of fastballs tail away from the hitters. It seems like he wants to work on that, and he's insisting, just like I expected.
Here's Edward Olivares, a right-handed hitter. That was not a fastball. Really good cutter in under the hands for strike one.
You know, it's so fitting Pedro got the Bob Feller Active Valor Award because I worked with Bob Feller, who was my partner in Cleveland, and Pedro was one of the few modern players that he had great things to say about.
Well, thank you so much. I'm extremely honored to also receive the award. It's not just about the award. It's about the friendship that I've been able to build with Steve and the organization overall. And having the name Bob Feller attached to my recipe, is like a great honor. I'm extremely honored to be part of this, and also to have Steve choose me as a recipient.
Well-deserved. Double play ball to short. Beautifully turned by Story, Durbin, and Contreras. And Crochet, a lot like Pedro would have done, gets out of a little spring training jam. You'll stay with us for another half inning?
Yeah, sure.
All right. Pedro Martinez returns. The Red Sox will bat. It'll be Eaton, Story, and Contreras. No score after half an inning on the Shaws and Star Market. WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
All right, class, tell me about your weekend. Leo?
Well, my sister wanted to go camping, so my parents took us in our new Nissan Pathfinder through a mountain trail.
Thank you, Leo.
No, it's not over yet. My brother wanted to explore some caves, so we drove up a bunch of steep hills. And then we
With its V6 engine and 9-speed automatic transmission, the Nissan Pathfinder can power your adventure. That's why J.D. Power ranks Nissan #1 in new vehicle quality among mainstream brands. The new V6-powered Nissan Pathfinder. For J.D. Power 2025 U.S. Central Quality Study Award information, visit jdpower.com/awards.
Warranty. It's an energy someone gives off when their appliances and home systems are protected by an American Home Shield warranty. Don't worry, be warranty.
For 20% off plans, visit ahs.com/listen. See ahs.com/contracts for coverage details, including limit amounts, fees, limitations, and exclusions.
1-877 Cards for Kids. KARS Cards for Kids. 1-877 Cards for Kids. Donate your card today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 877 Cars for Kids to speak to a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Go to carsforkids.org now or call 877 Cars for Kids to donate your car today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
You're listening to the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
I mean, what can I say? Just tip my hat and
from Nate Eaton to short, caught there by Williams, and on one pitch, one out, that was hit hard. Pedro Martinez remains with us there. Every kid within a country mile is crowding the booth, yelling, "Pedro, can I get your autograph?" You're used to that.
Well, I love that. I love, especially kids, when they come up for an autograph or whatever. It's just the impression that you live in their eyes and in their memories.
Well, you've always been a kid at heart, even though you've been such a serious, fierce competitor. Here's Trevor Story, takes a curveball in the outside corner, strike one. You loved what Crochet did in that first inning.
Yeah, and I just paid attention, close attention. As soon as he got in trouble, he ran to the breaking balls. And it seems to me like he knew how to get out, but he's working on something else, and that's the fastball tailing away and elevated. And it didn't hit the strike zone. It wasn't effective for him in the first inning, but at least he knew how to get out when he needed to. And that's why I'm telling you, he's just working on those things. And that's exactly what I would do, too.
0-2. He is a little bit low. Would you have liked the challenge system we have now with balls and strikes as a pitcher?
I actually do. If you use it, in a smart way, we should be doing really well. Oh, yeah.
This ball is crushed high and deep off the left center field monster, and Trevor Story's got a one-out double.
It's lovely to see him healthy.
They are giving the pitches on the corners, Pedro, which you were so expert at dotting. We've learned that umpires miss the pitches right on the corners. I think you and your catchers could have really gotten more strikes right on the edges of the zone.
You know what? I was talking to the kids the other day, and I said, you have to become an expert at hitting the corners, especially when you get ahead in the count and you haven't seen a response from a hitter. It will be great if you can make a quality pitch outside in the outside corner, just bite the edge, and now that you can challenge or whatever, it will be interesting to see.
Here's Wilson Contreras, who's really making waves at camps. Pedro, I think that this Venezuelan Latin core, you throw in Chapman and all these other guys, it's really interesting. The Red Sox have this fascinating Latino core of star players.
You know what? Because you need different characters. I remember the 04 team. We were all different, but we all knew what to do when we got to the field, and we were all different characters. But that's what makes, a good team excellent. That everybody can have their own independent mind, but have the same goal at the same time. And it seems like the Red Sox do have a little bit of a good mix in here.
Well, this guy apparently brings enormous edge, competitive spirit. 2-0 to Contreras, who himself has been a master of the challenge system. He takes a fastball outside 3-0. Steve, we do want to give you a chance to talk about Pedro and why he was selected for this amazing award.
Yes, it's really a privilege to be able to present this award to Pedro. We did in 2024, and he was unable to make it at that time, so we finally got a chance to honor him for, we do a lot for veteran causes and keeping the legacy of Bob Feller alive. And we not only do that, we also have a Children's Champions of Valor program, which really aligns with what Pedro does. And we teach the meaning of service, sacrifice, citizenship, and legacy of something bigger than yourself. And not only that, Pedro and I go back a long ways. I actually give him a flag that I flew in Iraq, and I presented it to him. We've been friends ever since. It's an honor for me. And I will say I'm a U.S. Army veteran, combat veteran. And, when you're over there overseas, baseball, I'm a big baseball fan, especially the Red Sox. And this is really things that keeps you alive while you're there. It's just knowing back here that people can still indirectly, you're helping so people can enjoy the great game of baseball.
That's so beautifully said. As Wilson Contreras drew a walk, the Red Sox have 2-1 with one out. It's now 2-0 to Caleb Durbin, and that's a strike. And I know, Pedro, that resonates with you. I've heard you speak so beautifully about how one of your life missions now is to give kids some of the opportunities that you did not have yourself.
Yeah, but thanks to God, at the end of the day, I got my opportunity through baseball. But I know it's not going to be the same case for every kid that you see out there. So if I didn't have baseball, hopefully I'll have school. And that was my dream. But I just want to give kids different opportunities. Times have changed. Technology has changed. So we're going to have to make adjustment. And those kids are going to have to make adjustment and pick and choose different careers. And that's my duty now. Give them an opportunity to choose a career and be successful at it. Also on education, which is the most important thing.
Not everybody's going to play in the big leagues. Not everybody's going to be in the Hall of Fame. So to build an infrastructure to help them have successful lives otherwise is so important. Durbin flies out to right, and here's Connor Wong. Stephen Matz, by the way, is the pitcher. We know him well as Wong drives one high and deep in the left center field. It'll hang up, though, in front of the warning track, and the play is made out there inning is over. Pedro, it's always a delight to be with you. Steve, thanks for sharing those great words.
Thank you.
We appreciate you both.
Well, thank you so much for having us. And Steve, our friendship is just bigger than anything.
Thank you.
Love it. Pedro Martinez, the Hall of Famer and the Bob Feller Act of Valor Award winner. We'll be back for the second right after this in the Shaw's and Star Market, WEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Hi, I'm Jonathan Ratliff, Engineering Director at Nissan. We know some things are important to hear from an expert, not a voice actor. For instance, the Nissan Rogue is not only strong and practical, but it's reliable too. We've tested the turbocharged engine for thousands of hours, so it keeps going when you need it most. And 225 pound-feet of torque is what's going to allow this SUV to tackle those bigger, more ambitious adventures. Everything so you can go rogue.
Nissan, #1 in new vehicle quality among mainstream brands by J.D. Power. Get 0% APR on the 2026 Nissan Rogue, Murano, or 2025 Nissan Pathfinder for well-qualified buyers. For J.D. Power 2025 US IQS award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. Awards based on 2025 model year. Example: 0 down payment, 60 months financing at $1,667 per month per thousand financed. Actual down payment may vary, subject to in-mat credit approval. Not all buyers qualify. Dealer contribution may affect actual price set by dealer. Contact dealer for details. Ends 3/2/26.
All right, class, tell me about your weekend. Leo?
Well, my sister wanted to go camping, so my parents took us in our new Nissan Pathfinder through a mountain trail.
Thank you, Leo.
No, it's not over yet. My brother wanted to explore some caves, so we drove up a bunch of steep hills. And then we
With its V6 engine and 9-speed automatic transmission, the Nissan Pathfinder can power your adventure. That's why J.D. Power ranks Nissan #1 in new vehicle quality among mainstream brands. The new V6-powered Nissan Pathfinder. For J.D. Power 2025 U.S. Industrial Quality Study Award information, visit jdpower.com/awards.
Listening to the Shaw's and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
First pitch of the second inning from Garrett Crochet is a little dribbler on the right side, and it's beautifully handled by Durbin over to first where Contreras makes the play. That was lovely defense on the right side of the infield. Still sort of in awe of Pedro Martinez. It never gets old being around him. And Garrett Crochet, I'm just glad he didn't trip coming off the mound. There's one away.
Yeah, he actually did the right thing. Like, he didn't go after it game speed. You know, he went for it and then just let it go. Durbin made a really nice play.
It's one of the subplots as we welcome Lou Merloni. And sorry to get you bumped for the Hall of Famer, Lou.
No, that's it. It's Pedro. You kidding me? I'm out.
For the second time, you said Petey is in the house. One out. The pitch to the right-hander, Williamson.
What was he like as a teammate?
Oh, he was the best. He's the best I've ever seen. I loved it because I had the opportunity to play like second and short behind him at times and be able to see he and Tech go through games, go through lineups. I mean, 4 times, out of the rotation for 4 days, like he was just a comedian. He's like screaming, yelling, hollering, yelling from the dugout, the other opposing players. Yeah, it was just. But boy, when he has his turn to pitch, forget about it.
Here's a ground ball to short. Story's got it. A little stumble, but a throw to first in time. The infield defense. Even in the first week in camp, it was a point of emphasis. It's looked really good.
Yeah, it's a point of emphasis, and not even just at the big league level either, right? But a lot of the guys that they've brought in, even Monasterio, we'll see if he makes this team at camp, but some guys down that AAA level they brought in with defensive-minded guys. So point of emphasis from Durbin, Meyer, these guys, wherever they end up, Monasterio, plus defenders.
Marcelo's going to play later this week as Crochet facing this left-handed hitter, Reinel Delgado, strike 1. No score, 2 down, top second. Will Fleming, Joe Castiglione, and now Lou Merloni. Every single time I'm around him, I'm struck by something about Pedro, and the 0-1 misses up and in. It's part of what made him so great as a player and a competitor, the self-belief. But to me, the humanity and the kindness and the humor and all those things, I know Red Sox fans understand how special Pedro is, but truly, in the annals of the game, I'm not sure there have been many ever who have had a better combination of talent, humanity, and personality in the whole history of the sport.
I certainly would agree with that, and his language skills are just so impressive, and he was told that when he first came to the U.S. He didn't know any English till he got to Great Falls, Montana.
Crochet's 1-2 pitch. He certainly found something. It's fouled off in under the hands. Isn't it amazing, Lou, that Crochet, a little bit wobbly with a fastball early, and he looks like it's Yankee Stadium September right now.
I saw him last week. We talked to him. I said, what's your approach? Like Pedro was talking about, everyone's a little different camp, right? Pedro may go out there and just be like, I just want to establish fastball in, out, work the changeup, leave the break and stuff. He said, I'm trying to get guys out in the first pitch.
1-2. Well, he's done a lot of that in this outing. Here's the fourth pitch. It's popped up into shallow left field. Trevor Story's under and he makes the pitch. That is so perfect, Crochet. We'll get into more of that with Lou and Joe right after this. The Red Sox to bat in the scoreless game in the bottom of the second on the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Hi, it's Eric and Renee Peabody with Window World of Boston.
When it comes to new windows, most homeowners don't have all the facts. When you work with Window World, your curb appeal goes up. Windows beautify your home, and we offer a wide selection, including custom wood.
We also never use high-pressure sales or gimmicks. Our customer volume lets us deliver everyday low pricing from as little as $99 per month for a house full of windows installed.
New windows also improve the value of your home, and with built-in energy savings, they help pay for themselves. Your energy bills could go down by as much as thousands.
Plus, all our windows are Energy Star rated, but we encourage you, shop around. We're simply the best for less.
We've also got award-winning customer service, and we've earned the Good Housekeeping seal of approval. So while $99 a month for a house full of windows installed is impressive, we're even prouder of our 5-star reviews. It's time to love where you live. Locally owned.
Nationally known. Visit us at windowworldofboston.com.
Planet Fitness has everything you need anytime the motivation hits. And with most clubs open 24 hours, you can give everything you've got. Save $28 or more when you join today for just $1 down, $15 a month. Cancel anytime. Deal ends February 27th. See club for details.
All right, class, tell me about your weekend. Leo?
Well, my sister wanted to go camping, so my parents took us in our new Nissan Pathfinder through a mountain trail.
Thank you, Leo.
No, it's not over yet. My brother wanted to explore some caves, so we drove up a bunch of steep hills. And then we
With its V6 engine and 9-speed automatic transmission, the Nissan Pathfinder can power your adventure. That's why J.D. Power ranks Nissan #1 in new vehicle quality among mainstream brands. The new V6-powered Nissan Pathfinder. For J.D. Power 2025 U.S. Central Quality Study Award information, visit jdpower.com/awards.
This is Christian Campbell. You're listening to the home of the Red Sox, WEEI.
We go to the bottom of the second inning, and Christian Campbell spun out of the way by a fastball, and it is ball one from Steven Metz. No score, Red Sox and the Rays. Campbell looks huge. I mean, he really has put on more muscle. He spent the entire offseason revamping his swing and his whole approach as he takes a strike on the outside corner from Matt's 1-1. Lou, you've talked at length to him about the adjustments he's working on. The stance is more open, the hands are lower, and he has a good eye. He takes a pitch down and in. They will challenge this. That looked borderline. For now, it's 2-1.
He's really simplified a lot of things. The swing last year, just across the league, anybody that watched him didn't really know what they were looking at, right? It was so unique. There were so many moving parts. This year, he's not as closed. He's more pretty much even in his stance, meaning his feet are pretty much even.
They do overturn it. It is a strike on Campbell, so 1-2.
The hands are no longer over his head. They're just off his shoulders and lift him up. So he's just really trying to get comfortable with this new stance.
Here he takes a little bit low.
And it's a lean back kind of load, really. Like the body kind of leans back, his hands stay where they are, but it doesn't take away from his power. I mean, still hits the ball extremely hard.
2-2, that's a big swing. He is so different looking in the box than any hitter I've seen in a long time. And by that I mean, take away the hands, the stance. He leans into every pitch and his hands stay so back, and he almost flinches with his hands even as he takes pitches that come in the zone, and it puts himself in a position as a 2-2 misses down and in.
It's going to take some time for him to get comfortable. Everyone's talking about where does he fit. Well, he's got to get himself right, and with a new stance, there's new pitfalls. And he could come out here in camp and just smoke a heater away in the gap or pull a breaking ball, but they're looking for certain things. There's tests for him. They want to see him turn on a fastball in. They want to see him hit a sinker down and in, lace it to left.
3-2, swing and a miss at a high fastball, 93 miles an hour. I think that was probably ball 4. He had the amazing month of April last year, and then there was so much of that. The league adjusted, and there was just too much swing and miss.
A lot was fastballs away, and he was hammered it to right, and when you hung a breaking ball, he smoked it. So then they brought it, okay, well, he's handling heater away, hanging breaking balls. Let's go heater in, and that really was the hole.
Here's Andrew Monasterio, who takes a pitch that looked very close, but called a ball away, and it's 1-0. And Monasterio, he feels like he's got a little too much clay in the cleats, so call for time and knock it out.
This guy's been impressive. If you're seeing his time, last year took a big leap out in Milwaukee offensively. Really good glove, great athlete, can play all three.
1-0. He is a strike on the inside corner. He thought about it there. I love this challenge system, and it's fascinating watching the body language of hitters and catchers as they consider whether or not to challenge. 1-1. Pitch is a strike. I love what Pedro said, too, because I believe this. They're going to challenge here.
You thought this was a little bit in.
Monasterio will challenge. I thought it looked pretty good. And it was a strike. So that's one where the Red Sox will lose their challenge early in a game. And again, not
confirmed. Boston has one challenge remaining.
In spring training, who cares? But that is part of the learning process. You got to be certain. It looked like he was just kind of trigger happy on the challenge Monasterio as he takes a breaking ball outside 2-2.
Early in camp, they're going to rip through him. There's no strategy whatsoever. They want guys comfortable. They want guys to be able to use it.
Pitch is a little looper into left field, and it is sinking but caught on the run by the Rays left fielder Henry Malloy, and they're 2 down.
But as I would imagine, like the last week of camp, they kind of want to use almost like an in-game strategy of, early in the game, we're not using it there. One out, nobody on in the second inning, it would never be used.
You think we'll see pitchers calling him?
No.
Anywhere?
No, they think everything's a strike. I think the catchers have a better view. These pitchers, as they're delivering it, their heads are everywhere.
Here's Alan Castro from the right side.
Catchers have the better view. They're going to let catchers do it, I believe, and hitters. But especially if you're a WBC guy, in about 2 days you're leaving. Everybody else, like your Stories and Durbins, they'll have 2 weeks while WBC's going on to use it in games and get comfortable.
1-0. Hard ground ball to second. It is handled there by the Rays' second baseman, Ben Williamson. He throws to first in a very easy second inning for Steven Metz. I want to talk about the challenge system and the corners of the strike zone when we return. Joe will have the play-by-play. We'll be back at JetBlue right after this in the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
All right, class, tell me about your weekend. Leo?
Well, my sister wanted to go camping, so my parents took us in our new Nissan Pathfinder through a mountain trail.
Thank you, Leo.
No, it's not over yet. My brother wanted to explore some caves, so we drove up a bunch of steep hills. And then we
With its V6 engine and 9-speed automatic transmission, the Nissan Pathfinder can power your adventure. That's why J.D. Power ranks Nissan #1 in new vehicle quality among mainstream brands. The new V6-powered Nissan Pathfinder. For J.D. Power 2025 U.S. Central Quality Study Award information, visit jdpower.com/awards.
If your heat is acting up, like strange noises, maybe not even staying on, don't gamble with winter comfort. Joyce Cooling and Heating is locally owned and operated for over 30 years. Trusted by homeowners across New England with a 4.9 Google rating and 5,000 customer reviews. And right now, you may qualify for rebates up to $2,400 with flexible financing options available. Get the help you can trust. Look them up at joycecool.com. That's joycecool.com.
Big on flavor, big on comfort, and big on value. The 99 Restaurant's $14.99 Big Deal meals are now available every day, all day. So hurry in today or any day for our roasted turkey dinner. You gotta love the Nines.
Weight Watchers now offers access to affordable GLP-1s. It works for members like...
I'm Haley, and I've lost 100 pounds. Weight Watchers has everything I need, from weight loss medications to nutrition support and help with my side effects. It's all in one place.
Weight Watchers handles the insurance for you and offers affordable cash pay options. With our program, our members are losing more weight with expert nutrition and side effect support.
I'm Mike, and I've lost 135 pounds. Weight Watchers prescribing GLP-1 medications. It's been life-changing.
I'm Sharia, and I lost 80 pounds on Weight Watchers. I realized that it would take more than a prescription to lose weight and feel good on a GLP-1.
Better results, expert support, lose more weight, make it last.
I can't imagine doing a GLP-1 without Weight Watchers.
Get started for as low as $25 at WeightWatchers.com/GLP-1. For over 60 years, we've helped millions of members find what works for them. Now, it's your turn. Weight Watchers. Watch it work.
The Greg Hill Show, weekdays, 5:30 to 10.
Now back to the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Well, it's a big-time day on the mound for hard-throwing left-handers. First Crochet, and now Aroldis Chapman on for the third inning. Homer Bush Jr. to lead it off, and for the play-by-play, here's Joe.
Thank you very much, Will. Chapman's first pitch of spring training is a fastball, little high ball one to Homer Bush Jr., whose dad played for the Yankees in San Diego. This young man's a center fielder today. Chapman coming off a tremendous year, reliever of the year, delivers. And it is low and away. Before we get to Aroldis, Lou, your assessment of Crochet was pretty quick.
Yeah, it was, and you don't go to dive into it too much. There's a few of the things that I kind of look at, and a new pitch, a new changeup, a new grip, and had some really nice numbers on it. By the looks of it, like to me, that's a pitch he threw 4% of the time, and I think he wants to use it a little bit more because I think it plays off the fastball in, the cutter in, and just to give righties a little something slower to go with the sweeper.
And maybe get quicker outs.
Yeah, there's just some guys you're in bats, you're like, okay, what do I have for this guy? He's fouling a lot of pitches off, and I think that changeup lets everything else kind of play, and if you can just double the usage, I think will come into play. But when you look at it, there's numbers, there's spin rates, right? There's some spin rates, and when changeups, you want it lower. Last year, you used to throw that changeup at 1,700 RPMs. Today, it came in at about 1,100. So that is a big difference. It's more drop. You want less spin on changeups, and obviously, it's working.
2 strike pitches fly down the right field line. Long run. It lands fair over by the side wall in foul territory as Ward struggled with it. Bush went diving into second, but he didn't have to because the throw came to the first base side.
It's almost unfair to think about it, how great he is. If he adds another major weapon.
It's such a weapon. And I remember even watching it last year, I'm like, man, he's a left-handed hitter's thought is left center for him. Because everything's coming in, right? Fastball in, cutter in, even that sweeper in. That's why the two-seamer away, the sinker away was huge for him in some games. But now the changeup just opens up everything, and he can be even more dominant, which is scary.
Here's the catcher now. This is Dom Keegan, and he takes ball 1 from Chapman. That was 96, which, of course, below his average velocity.
So hard for closers in camp.
Pitches in there for a strike. You bring him in the 3rd or 4th inning because you want him to face big league hitters.
Yeah, exactly. See, and you don't want him sitting out there for the 9th, right? So he's going to come in the 3rd. It's spring training. Doesn't know who he's facing. The adrenaline's not there. But 95, 96, pretty good right now out of the gate.
There's the 1-1. Foul to the backstop. He'd been pretty much a setup man the last couple of years. How did he get back in the groove to be such a dominant closer?
Strike. Career high strike, first pitch, strike 1, 70%, kind of like a 54% guy. Remember, you go out there and he'll walk the bases loaded, then maybe punch out 3 straight, but its control was fantastic last year.
There's a good off-speed pitch swung on and missed for strike 3.
I like the little half pose, stare into his own dugout.
With a smile. No, he's special. To be in the game as long as he has and have a career year. Now, are you banking on it again? There's still some luck involved when it comes to some numbers, right?
Yeah.
We play behind you, get you out of a jam, but you still feel really good about him coming out for that 9th.
Carson Williams, the left fielder, swings and lines 1 foul down the left side.
Well, I didn't know what a leader he would be and what a great teammate. I mean, you talk to the pitchers on this team, and you just spend any time with Aroldis. He is so heartfelt. I mean, he does have a little Pedro in him, and I know there was all kinds of off-the-field stuff in his past, but I just think he appreciates every moment and passes it on to the younger pitchers.
Here's the 0-1. In there for a call strike.
What, 10, 11, 12 years ago, too. That incident that he had, and he's been in the league a long time. People rave about him as a teammate. I think you see a different guy here this year, too. Like last year, it was kind of like 1 year, where am I going to be back? And when he signed that extension, really took ownership to this organization and his teammates and really leading.
Swinging strike. There's a high fastball for strike 3 as he might have tipped it into the mitt, but blown away.
99, why not? And by the way, there's a lot of hand-wringing, and some of it justified, about deals that are not signed and all that stuff. The Chapman contract extension, when you look at what's going on around the game, all the other dollars that are given out to big, high-leverage relievers, it's a total bargain.
For just 1 year. Yeah, that's certainly rare these days. Here is Malloy, the left fielder. He takes in there for a strike. How's he maintained the velocity deep into his 30s? Is it leg strength?
He does it by pretty much embarrassing Will Fleming and I when I get up at 9 a.m. on the road, go down to the lobby, and he's walking in a sweaty mess. He's already come from the gym. Like, if you get up early in the morning, Joe, like in the road, go get your cup of coffee.
Sure, first
Like
thing.
he's coming in, he's got a towel wrapped around him. His shirt's like a different color gray, because he's sweating. He's just an absolute machine when it comes to working out.
So that explains a lot of it. Here's the 0-1. Swinging a foul to the backstop. It's 0-2.
And by the way, that's his first of 2 workouts.
Yeah.
He does one early in the morning, and then when he gets to the ballpark, he crushes it again.
Really, he's been pretty healthy his entire career. 0-2 the count to the right-hand batter. This is Malloy. Here's the pitch, and he just missed inside.
He made me laugh. We had him on post-game a couple times last year, and this was in one of those runs where he had not given up a run in, 35 outings.
Yeah.
And I said, have you ever felt this good? He said, well, there was a time when I was 24 years old throwing 104. I felt pretty good then, too.
I imagine.
Here's the 1-2.
Ooh.
And he gets hit on the hand. He tried to check the swing.
Might be a foul off the bat.
Well, let's see what they call it. They do say foul ball.
We mentioned that run. It was 17 appearances, 50 consecutive hitless batters.
Come on.
Last year. From July 23rd to September 10th. No hits. And I think we talked about the other day, too. Whitlock was kind of right there with him during that stretch, but this Chapman was just so dominant.
He's hit 99 today. The 1-2 bounces way in front of the plate and skips to the backstop. A very wild pitch. He overthrew that splitter.
I'm with you. The adrenaline is not there for these guys. It's just so hard.
But he did hit 99 just about 2 pitches ago.
Yes, he did. You know what's interesting about that stretch? It wasn't like there was loud contact.
Nope.
I mean, nobody had a chance against him.
Trying to strike out his 3rd straight batter here. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out with a runner at third. No score here in the 3rd inning. Big lefty from Cuba fires and a little dribbler to the backstop. He just did get a piece of one in on the hands.
I think this might be his last hitter no matter what. They got bullpen action up. We don't have the exact pitch count, but he's thrown a bunch of pitches here. I would think that no matter what, he's coming out of the game after this hitter.
Another 2-2 pitch. The kick, here it is. Foul to the screen.
That is 19 pitches now.
Yeah, 20 is usually the number. Him 16 at 20.
Brochet threw 23 pitches in his 2 scoreless innings, allowing 1 hit and a walk on a big double play ball. Didn't have a strikeout. Again, a 2-2 coming. Swing and a miss. He got it. Blew him away. 98 on the radar gun. Heath had enough. Leave a runner at third. No score after 2.5 on the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Network.
If you need a new appliance, this is your sign. Shop at Lowe's now to get up to 35% off and next-day delivery on hundreds of major appliances. A new appliance now means an easier to-do list later. Our best lineup is at Lowe's. Valid through 3/18 while supplies last. Selection varies by location. Order by 4 p.m. Available Monday through Saturday. Subject to availability. Fees, exclusions, and restrictions apply. See Lowe's.com/appliance delivery for more details.
DQ presents the Spicy Menu. For a limited time, try the new Flamethrower Chicken Strip Basket for $6.99 with spicy, bold strips that heat you up. Served with a side of famous DQ Soft Serve as a dip to cool you down. That's right, dip those spicy chicken strips right into Soft Serve. Plus fries and toast, all for just $6.99. And add a new pineapple lemonade sparkler or cooler made with tahini. It's the limited time only Spicy Menu. Get it delivered in the DQ app. Happy, tastes good. Participation may vary.
Want the lowest price on name brand tires? Town Fair Tire beats all the competition. We beat the wholesale clubs. We beat online prices. We beat all local tire dealers. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Town Fair Tire. You're listening to Red Sox Spring Training Baseball
on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Bottom of the third, no score. Cole Sulcer, veteran right-hander out of Dartmouth. New pitcher for the Rays, swinging strike by Braden Ward, the right fielder. Steven Matz went 2 innings, no runs, a hit, a walk, and a K with 30 pitches. Ward, a left-hand batter, played just about every game so far, as a fly ball, shallow left field down the line toward foul territory, and it fades into the stands, no play.
This kid Ward, they got him from Colorado for Brendan Bernardino, for our boy Bernie.
I miss Bernie.
Yeah, he was a favorite of mine.
Yep. Hopefully he's got that sinker working down in Colorado.
No, he better.
Good God.
No kidding. It's like you're a hitter, you get traded to San Francisco. No thanks. Pitcher to Colorado.
Yeah. You're like, listen, we give you an opportunity to be in the big leagues, been all up and down with us, so we're going to trade your way. Awesome. Where are you sending me? Colorado. What did I do to you? You just hate me?
The 0-2 popped up foul third base side. It's not so much the home runs, but all the space there where hits drop in.
Yeah, it's everything.
Well, what Bernie did for this organization for 2 years was just phenomenal. The way he handled everything, adversity, such a competitor.
There's a swinging strike. He's out of there at a high delivery. There were times where it really wasn't fair to send him out, but roster
including
dictated.
to start the season a couple years ago. I just, not only, he went from being like a Hallmark movie story, like how cool is this, the journey that he's been on, to being a dominant left-handed reliever.
Well, even at the deadline. I mean, no, listen, Steven Matz was good for you. But you got him and sent Bernie down, who is currently at 13 consecutive scoreless innings.
Ground ball bounces off the pitcher's body and goes past the second baseman into center field. That'll be a hit for Eaton, who lined to short his first time up. Eaton's been hitting the ball very hard.
He's a good player.
Don't you think he could sneaky really help this team?
He's a good player, and the Rob Refsnyder, there's a hole there. And I don't think he's going to fill it right away as far as crushing lefties the way Rob did. But you got to remember, when Rob first came over, he wasn't exactly known for crushing anything, right? Like, he's turned himself into that left-handed hitter and found a role in the organization. But Nate, better athlete, better defender, can steal a bag.
Go to first. He's back standing.
Brings a lot more in that role. And I do think over time you will see him hit lefties the way he's done throughout his minor league career.
Trevor Story double high off the left center field wall his first time up. 1 on, 1 out. Here's the pitch home, and it swung on in foul first base side, out of play.
I just really wish he'd scored from third base at Yankee Stadium.
Yeah. It's a tough angle kind of where you are over there, but if he had gone, he was going to get there.
Trevor looks dialed in to me, too.
0-1 from the veteran Salsa. He skips to the backstop. And down to second goes Eaton. The catcher stumbled as he went after that pitch down and away. Wasn't all that wild. They probably scored a wild pitch as Eaton takes second.
Lou, you were saying Nate seems more comfortable in his own skin in the clubhouse here.
Nate?
Yeah, Eaton.
Yeah. Well, I think you got to the big leagues, sort of like Rob. When he first came around, he's bumping around different teams and came up and had some success. His teammates started seeing what he can do and help a club win, and I think showed himself well in some short stints. And when you do that, you have the respect of your teammates. You just feel better.
Story pops it up on the infield. Second baseman taking charge, Williamson, on the dirt surface, makes the catch for the second out, bringing up Wilson Contreras, who walked his first time up. Salser is from Ramona, California, but pitched in Hanover, New Hampshire for Big Green of Dartmouth.
I'll never forget the first time I visited Dartmouth because I was interested in maybe thinking about it. And it was a beautiful fall day. Leaves were changing. Awesome campus, old school Ivy League feel.
Strike one swinging.
And we're driving back to Boston from there. And you're like 3 hours off of campus and you're still in the middle of nowhere.
It is a beautiful campus. 0-1 pitch is swung on and missed. We were up there for one of their programs when my sister attended many years ago. I think they invited people that thought were going to be high donors. I was not among that group. But great hospitality and just a beautiful school. They've had several big leaguers, most of them pitchers. Think of Pete Broberg for one. Jim Beattie, the pitch. Swing and a miss at a high fastball to retire the side. So Contreras fans, and after 3, still no score in the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Network.
If you need a new appliance, this is your sign. Shop at Lowe's now to get up to 35% off and next-day delivery on hundreds of major appliances. A new appliance now means an easier-to-do list later. Our best lineup is at Lowe's. Valid through 3/18 while supplies last. Selection varies by location. Order by 4 p.m. Available Monday through Saturday. Subject to availability. Fees, exclusions, and restrictions apply. See Lowes.com/appliance delivery for more details.
When it comes to beautifying your home, Window World is your one-stop shop exterior remodeler.
We encourage you to shop around. We're simply the best for less.
It's time to love where you live. Locally owned.
Nationally known. Visit us at windowworldofboston.com.
This is Scott McFarlane of McFarlane Energy. While there's no shortage of companies offering heating oil delivery, boilers, furnaces, heat pumps, and air conditioning, we stand apart from the rest. Since opening our doors in 1946, our goal has been to deliver the best combination of price, expertise, and equipment to all of Eastern Mass and the Cape. This winter, consider McFarlane Energy for your next oil delivery. You'll love our prices, and we'll treat you and your home like family. And don't forget to ask us about cleaner burning bioheat. Please visit us at McFarlaneEnergy.com.
Hey guys, it's Courtney. Did you know Verizon Home Internet covers more homes with faster speeds across the country than any other provider? Now you can get award-winning Fios Internet for just $20 a month for 3 years. Switch today and enjoy savings you can count on. Verizon Home Internet consists of Fios and 5G Home. Availability varies. Comparison based on FCC BDS data of home internet providers and download speeds over 50 Mbps. June 2025. Limited time offer for eligible new customers. Fios $20 monthly plan with auto pay, mobile phone plan, Mobile Plus Home, and bonus discount. Enrollment required. 3-year price guarantee applies only to the then current base monthly rate for Fios. Additional terms apply.
We're right back to the Sox on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Now we go to the 4th inning, and Greg Weissert becomes the 3rd Red Sox pitcher. Aroldis Chapman gave up a double to the first man he faced and then struck out the next 3. And he hit 99 on the gun for his time in spring training. That is amazing. Here's Junior Caminero, who walked his first time up, facing Greg Weissert. In the first pitch is grounded foul, third base side. He walked on 4 pitches against Crochet. Probably not an accident, Lou, on Crochet's part, huh?
Yeah, I'm sure he would like to have painted some, but I think once you get... It was funny. We saw this lineup and see Caminero in it, Aranda in it, and with Crochet, Chapman, Tolley coming in later, you wonder if they were like, hey, just give me an extra look at him. Maybe I had trouble with him last year. I didn't even look up the numbers, but I just want to see him again. And it looked like Crochet didn't want to show him anything. Walked him on 4 fastballs, not even close in the zone.
Weissert deals, and a swing and a fly ball to right field. Hit pretty deep to the edge of the track. Now the wind knocks it down, and Ward makes the catch. Well, look, I would carry further. The wind is blowing from right across toward left. So Caminero retired, 1 down. Be interesting to see if Caminero had 45 home runs last year when he goes from Steinbrenner Field back to the Trop.
Yeah, it'll be a little bit different. But Trop's still a good place to hit. 45 homers. He's 22 years old.
Amazing. And he's a specimen. Oliveira, the batter. And Edward Oliveira swings and misses at strike 1.
Greg Weissert moved back to the third base side of the rubber here this year. He moved to the first base and had a ton of success last year, but he feels like he did that to help him against lefties.
Check swing and a foul toward the right side of the dugout, first base side.
And his changeup has developed to the point where it's an absolute weapon versus lefties. So now he felt like he can slide back to the right-handed because he didn't feel like righties had the uncomfortable at bat that he wanted them to have against him. So now being further out there, especially with this closed the way he throws the baseball, he can get some knee buckling takes from righties.
Swinging a high chopper to third. Monasterio has it, fires in time. Got a strong arm.
Caminero last year was 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. Aranda never faced Crochet, so there you go.
You probably want to come in and get another look.
It's incredible, by the way. I've never experienced this. There's a golden honey bell in the booth. It got peeled, and it smells like we're being sprayed with orange juice. It's unbelievable.
You're in the middle of an orchard.
It's great.
I'll taste it during the commercial.
The honey bells are the best ever this year.
Unreal.
Aranda, the batter, hit .316 last year, although he missed a couple of months with injuries. And he takes a low ball 1.
Underrated hitter, this guy.
Yeah. What a year he had. He only played in 108 games. Remember, he was hurt, but .316. Just not many guys hitting .316 in the game. Had 14 homers in 106 games.
Here's the 1-0 pitch.
Changeup.
Take it low. I'll tell you, this has been an amazing day. Two of my all-time favorites here. First Pedro, and now Maurice Vaughn. Good to see you, big guy.
Hit dog.
How you doing? The hit dog. Back to baseball again. We'll talk to him in a minute here. The 2-0 pitch is taken high. Well, great to have you with us, man.
Man, I came down and what a great day. All the guys here. I'm down
Got that mic problems.
Okay.
You're gonna get.
Fastball in there for a strike. There he is.
There he is.
Great to have you here, Mo.
What a great day. Good to see you guys, Lou and everyone, and Joe and everybody. Good to see you. What a day.
It certainly has been a beauty, and great for us to have both you and Pedro in the house. 3-1 is taken for a strike. Mo, you're back in baseball, huh?
Yeah,
hitting cage?
Coach, I got my academy down there in Boca Raton. Just enjoying the game, bringing my son along. Pedro was down in L2. He came down there, talked to my kids. So it's been great. What a day.
Teaching that high finish, Mike Easler. Got a high finish high, Mo.
Got to finish high, exactly
Get the
right.
carry.
Get the carry, backspin, definitely.
Low and inside. How is Leroy doing now? He looks like he's going to be a player, huh, your son?
Listen, man, the great thing is he's got a great body, so he doesn't have to worry about too much, but he's got to go out there and work hard. You know what it takes. It's just consistency and work, and that's one thing he's not afraid to do is get out there and work. So we'll see how far it goes. We'll see what happens.
Left-hand batter like you?
Lefty, middle of the infield guy, throws right.
Ooh.
He's got speed. All the stuff I couldn't do, he can do.
He's got speed?
He's got speed.
But you could steal a base. You had a year or two with double figures and steals.
But I think he's got real speed, Joe. Like not the stuff like me when I'm going to catch you off guard. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Joe, I say all the time when I see him, man, I was very lucky coming up rookie year. Probably talking way too much to have a leader like Mo Vaughn, who's honestly one of the best leaders I've ever played with. And I know David Ortiz has had opportunities, and he's an icon and the clutchness, but it's almost overshadowed what this guy is. This is one of the greatest left-handed hitters we've seen here, and he was just absolutely fantastic.
How he could uppercut that high fastball.
Oh, man.
Listen,
Oppo,
man.
over everything.
With a huge bat.
I tell everybody, I wish I could have played hairspring training, getting off that wall in spring training and practicing.
Yeah. 0-2 is low.
I tailored my swing for the ballpark. I tried to use it. I would go to home plate looking at the wind and inside-out balls when the wind was going that way and pull balls when it wasn't and take advantage of the wall. And I think it made me a better hitter throughout my career being there and setting myself sights away and looking in and just hitting the ball where it's pitched. So family was great for me.
Here's the 1-2, and it's swung on it high to right field. Ward has this one lined up as he moves back to retire the side. We'll continue with Mo in a moment after 3.5. No score in the Shaw's in-star market. WEEI Red Sox Network.
If you need a new appliance, this is your sign. Shop at Lowe's now to get up to 35% off and next-day delivery on hundreds of major appliances. A new appliance now means an easier to-do list later. Our best lineup is at Lowe's. Valid through 3/18 while supplies last. Selection varies by location. Order by 4 p.m. Available Monday through Saturday. Subject to availability. Fees, exclusions, and restrictions apply. See Lowes.com/appliance delivery for more details.
Wesley is a truck driver.
I drive a truck, and I love what I do.
A truck driver with IRS troubles.
They told me I owed them $43,000.
It got really bad.
Quite a few letters in the mail. They were talking about wage garnishment, coming after my house, my car. Yeah, they don't play around. I seriously thought that I was going to lose everything.
One sleepless night, Wesley finally made a call to Optima Tax Relief at 2 a.m.
Kind of figured I'd get a machine, but I didn't. I actually got to talk to an actual person in the middle of the night.
He found just what he was looking for.
Oh, they were great people. You need a team of people that know what they're doing. Optima Tax, they know what they're doing.
Optima Tax Relief came through with flying colors.
I saved an incredible amount of money. Happy don't even come close. I was absolutely overjoyed.
Take Wesley's advice.
If you're in any kind of trouble with the IRS, call Optima Tax Relief. Don't trust anybody else.
Call Optima for a free consultation. Call 800-354-2840. 800-354-2840. 800-354-2840. Optima Tax Relief. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Big on flavor, big on comfort, and big on value. The 99 Restaurant's $14.99 big deal meals are now available every day, all day. So hurry in today or any day for our roasted turkey dinner. You gotta love the Nines.
Jones and Keefe.
Weekdays 10 to 2.
Now back to the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
TJ Nichols, a new pitcher, as we go to the bottom of the fourth, no score. Durbin will lead off after hitting a fly ball to right his first time up as we visit with Red Sox Hall of Famer Mo Vaughn. Always such a thrill to have Maurice with us. Here's the first pitch, and it's taken high, ball one. And Mo, as I've often said, and I think you agree, if you had stayed at Fenway your whole career, you'd be in Cooperstown, which of course was not your doing. You had to move on.
Yeah, I really enjoyed the ballpark, taking advantage of it. It was taught to me, and you know, you had some really great left-handed hitters that played for the Red Sox, and you're trying to follow in those footsteps. So I really enjoyed it when I was there.
You know, Mo, there's a lot of really good young left-handed hitters on this club, and I don't know about you, your approach, like left on left. You know, they're trying to learn it at this level. You don't get to see many good ones in AAA, and sometimes they get platooned. But was there a listen? You can pitch where it's pitched. Sometimes you got to get them out right and pull them. But was there a left field sort of stay in there on this guy? It kind of wants to get me out soft away. That, you know, was there an approach for you left on left at Fenway?
No, listen, lefties have to do one thing. They have to look for the ball in and take the ball away. You can't cover both sides of the plate. Mm-hmm. And usually what happens is left-handed pitchers try to get the ball away, but it usually tails back to the middle. So if you're disciplined, and if you're disciplined, you're going to get what you want. But you have to be willing to say, if he paints me here 3 times, I tip my hat. But if he misses anywhere towards me, I got to be ready to hit. And that's how you do it. You can't cover both sides of
split the plate.
Split the plate, yeah.
Did you ever go up there looking away? I mean, some guys would destroy you away, but at Fenway Park, they probably didn't want to do that to you. Well, they know you go there.
Well, I just feel left-handed pitching, you have to be aggressive or you're going to get your hands beat up.
Yeah.
So you have to give something. And usually sometimes you'll be looking in and you may catch the ball late, and it goes that way anyway.
Yeah.
But against a left-handed pitcher, you got to be aggressive looking in.
Durbin, who walks, takes second as the ball in the dirt gets away from the catcher for a wild pitch. As Connor Wong is up, fly to left his first time up. Well, I remember one you pulled against the lefty opening day of 1998 by the pesky pole.
Look it in, bro. Look it in. Exactly. Look it in.
That was one of, I think, the most exciting first game of the season I've been around. Your round ball bounced to the shortstop. Runner goes to third, a bluff there. Now the throw to first for the out. The runner, Durbin, took off, and the shortstop took a look, but decided against it. So runner at third with 1 out for Campbell, who struck out his first time up. Oh, you had such a great career in real estate, buying those tenements, fixing them up for people, and working with city officials and governors and mayors. How'd you make the transition back to baseball? Did you miss it that much?
Man, it was rough when I left in 2003. You know, I fell in that dugout. You know, there's so many things to think back. 99, I leave. You know, did I want to leave? But whatever happens, happens. You go to a new team, you make that first play, and you know, you fall in the dugout, and all of a sudden, 5 years later, you're out of the game. You know, you go from there, you go to the Mets, you're back in your hometown, things aren't going right. And I wanted to get away from the game. I was very, very lucky. A guy, Mayor Menino at the time in New York, set us up with the affordable housing. I tell people all the time that there's no better business to be in the world where all 3 parties win, meaning the tenant base, the city, and us as a for-profit entity. And it was a great thing. It taught me so many different things. And then, you know, my son started playing, and I started going on the field with him. And then I realized, you know, this is where I need to be, is on the field, giving up all the information that was taught to me and passed it down the right way to help young boys and even some softball girls be successful. So I'm in that realm now. I feel good. I'm doing a lot of fishing. I got a 45-foot sport fish. I go in the morning,
right,
and then I'm out. You know, I'm on the field. You know, 2 o'clock. You know, I'm on the field. So life is very, very good for me. I'm doing what I really love and been very successful. So it's all good.
Well, that's awesome. If Campbell gets hit by an inside pitch, so that puts runners at first and third, and you have one of your former hitting coaches, and one of my all-time favorites, the Hitman, Mike Easler, with you, huh?
Yeah, he was down there at VSA. I've always will say that I got all my information and how I wanted to approach the game from him, and I just try to pass that down to everybody, as I go along.
See, read, explode. That was his slogan for him.
See it, read it, realize that it's not the same swing. There's 9 quadrants in the hitting zone. You got to be able to hit all of them, understand what breaking balls and two-seamers and how balls are pitched, and try to take advantage.
Monasterio swings, grounds one off the pitcher's foot, goes to the second baseman who bobbles it, picks it up, throws to first, and safe at first base on a close play as Monasterio and the Red Sox take a 1-0 lead. Could have been a double play ball, but the bobble cost them. They're the first run of the game, bringing up Alan Castro.
You talk about speed, too. Talk about this lineup with power. Monasterio beating that thing out. Even Durbin being able to go to third base on the ground ball to short because of that extra speed and athleticism. That's one area. We don't have everybody that's going to hit 35 bombs like Mo Vaughn maybe on this team, but they got to win it differently.
There's a way to win it. I look at coaching and I look at myself as a player, and there's, to be a good team, you need athletes. You need guys that can put the ball in play, run the bases. It's tough pitching out there now. Guys are throwing hard, and it's hard to score runs. But you got to be willing to put the ball in play and use the things that you have. And hopefully, this year we're able to do that and have a good season.
Mo, I could listen to you talk hitting and strategy all day, but this man, Joe, has told me so many stories about your off-the-field stuff and your huge heart and how much you gave to the Jimmy Fund and how many relationships you had and still have. Where did that come from, and why was that so important to you as a representative of the Red Sox?
Oh, man, listen, we could start. My dad's, 93 years old, still alive, living with me in Boca Raton. My mom passed, 4 or 5 years ago. But I think my parents, both of them being teachers, trying to better people. And I think, for me, Joe, you don't even know this, but all my VSA teams, we have the Jason Leader patch on the shoulder.
I didn't know that. What a great story.
And we still, we still to this day communicate with the family, and we're on. I didn't get on it this year. Was the call-a-thon? I didn't do it this year. I was moving around or something. I didn't do it, but
Castro hits one deep to center field, back by the wall at midnight. Backhand catch made out there by Bush Jr. The runner's retreat. Nice play by the center fielder whose dad played for the Yankees. Oh, that's a great story, Mo. You and Jason Leader, of course, in the clubhouse, you hit the home run for him, and you give him birthday presents. He passed away. You came to his funeral, and your late mom, Shirley, such a wonderful woman, stayed in touch with Sue Leader over the years, and even vacation together.
It's about giving back, keeping those relationships, and I try to do that now. I look at young players and just try to help them in all facets of their life as best you can. Try to put the right foot forward if you can, and do what's right, and try to teach them. Use the game to teach them life. We're all not going to make it to the big leagues. It's just not going to happen. But there's so many things you can learn, and the game can teach you.
I had the privilege of knowing your parents. Still talk to your dad once in a while. 1-0 pitch is taken high. I remember a great dinner that Joe Morgan and I and our wives had with your parents. They were very close.
Let me tell you, man, I always, I love Joe Morgan for many, many different things. And
there's a line drive base hit into right field. Runner rounds third.
Come on.
Throw coming toward third, cut off by the shortstop.
Oh, yeah, we're good.
The Red Sox score. That's it. Solid hit off the bat of Ward.
And this is where I talk about coaching and people that you meet. Joe Morgan sent me down in 92, but you know what he told me? He goes, let me tell you something. You're going to be fine, because the one thing you can do is hang in there, reverse lefties. And I never forgot that. And it always made me understand when I got here that that somebody of that caliber looked at me and made that statement. And that's what we try to do as coaches and as people, is put those little bugs in people's and give them confidence. Let them give them confidence.
Runner goes from first. Watches inside, stolen base for Ward.
It's funny you say that, Mo, because I feel like sometimes in this game we spend so much time talking about what guys can't do.
True.
And not enough time about what they can.
It's easy. It's easy to bring them down. let's find the words to put them together and prop them up. And I think that's what we need to do is keep doing that. It's a hard game. Uh-oh, good hit.
Drive deep to left, but foul.
Wow.
Off the bat of Nate Eaton.
Stay on it.
Did you call Vaughn Sports?
Yes. Vaughn, I'm down there in Boca Raton, 7624th Northwest 6th Avenue, Vaughn Sports Academy. Come down and see me anywhere.
Outside, how does a youngster or parents get in contact and become part of your program?
Just come down and get involved. We have a lot of people from, the New England area, New York area, tri-state area, come down and get involved, doing lessons, do some things. We offer a lot of good coaching in every facet of the game. We're also able to work you out and give you some points that you need to work on. So it's a full-fledged shop that can help baseball players.
3-1 pitch is lowered away, ball 4. So you have Leroy, as you mentioned, and your daughter Grace.
Oh,
how
Grace,
old is she now?
21.
21.
Oh, 21. She's in college, 3 years, in a 5-year master's degree, trying to get that in sports management. I go out to dinner where she orders a glass of wine. I go, yo, what are you doing? She's 21. You know what I mean? Like, yo, hey, it hurts, but this is life. You know what I mean? This is life.
Bases loaded. His story takes ball 1.
Glass of wine, vodka on the rocks. What the hell is happening right now?
Well, it's a great family. I'm sure. I know your mom would be proud. It's certainly your dad is.
Yeah, get up.
Not high enough to get up, but it's off the screen.
Oh, yeah,
and
there we go.
Score 2 runs. Booming double off the bat of Story. The second time he's hit the wall today, and that makes it 4-0 Red Sox.
I know it's spring training. I know these are not guys he'll face in the regular year. He looks awesome. Yeah. It's a total carryover from last year.
The thing is, when he's hot, he doesn't miss those pitches. Yep. He's not going well like anybody else. He fouls it straight back, gets in a different count. Mo, what was like spring training like for you? Like, what were you trying? It was a little bit different, right? But still, you're coming in here. You got a job. Like, but what was the whole approach offensively? You trying to see pitches early, or what?
It was trying to get on that ball away. The difference of 250 and 300 is, can I hit that get me over fastball away that they're going to throw to get ahead? That fastball, can I get through it? Can I drive it to just get that base hit when I need it? And I think for me, that's all I was really trying to do when I came up, in spring training was get that feel of hitting that ball away consistently. I should be able to do that in my sleep, because once I did that, that's going to, the game is cat and mouse. They're going to throw the ball away till you show them. You show them, then they're going to throw the ball in. Once you hit it in, they're going to go back away. It's up and back, day after day. Scouting reports. What are we doing? Who's doing? You got to know all this information. So my main thing was, I got to get on that ball away. If I do that, the game's going to come to me, and now I can drive in my runs.
Don't you think that is like the perfect lesson for guys like Wilyer Abreu, Tristan Casas, all the lefties on this club?
I'll tell you what, that right
Listen,
there.
I told guys all the time. I told good people all the time. Every left-hander, this team, and I'm not telling people how to do their business, but if I were smart, I'd be talking to Wade Boggs and Mo Vaughn, the guys that know how to run their way about on the batter's box to hit that wall and drive in runs and use the information for young people, young players. I don't understand why we don't do it.
Well, you're just saying the difference between 250 and 300. I think that's why, in today's game, you hit 257, 260, it's a great year.
Yeah,
and the reason why that's not 295 anymore is because it's constant search for damage and not just sort of taking, a few hits the other way to kind of lift everything up, your mind, more positivity, get some knocks when you're not feeling it.
Damage comes on mistakes. You can't create damage. The guy throws a fastball down the middle in the half that he was supposed to throw to the third. You get through it. If great pitching hits their pitches, you're not going to hit.
Yeah.
But you need to understand, like you said just now, don't miss. Don't foul it back. Hit it.
Yeah.
Pitching change here. Jackson Lancaster takes over, a lefty. 4-0 Red Sox, second and third. And 2 down for Contreras, who's walked and struck out swinging. Red Sox 400 runs here, and they're opening the gates. There's a call strike.
Mo, I've never stood in a big league batter's box, but it seems to me, correct me if I'm wrong, you're talking about getting that pitch away. Doesn't that include, we're so obsessed with getting on base and walking. Can't you get a base hit? Can't you rip one the other way on a pitch that's an inch or two off the plate, too?
You can, but the reason why you want to get in that pitch away is because when the guy gets in scoring position, the game's going to change.
Yep.
And you have to change the at-bat. How they pitch you with nobody on base is going to be different with a man in scoring position, and you have to understand both. And if you're able to stay on that ball away, then you got a chance to drive in runs when you need to.
How much would you love this ABS system?
Oh.
How many 1-0, 2-0 they call strike? You're like, come on. All right, get me in a better count.
You see, I'm up on top of the plate, so the ball looks better into me than it does on most people. So, yeah, I would have loved it. Jesus Christ.
Contreras got another one right. He's the challenge king.
He just turned it over.
He's a catcher.
Yeah.
Yep,
He's a catcher. He knows.
But, you think about, like, 1-0. Right? All of a sudden, it's 1-1. Well, it should be 2-0. Changes everything, right? 2-1, 2-2, 3-1 instead of 2-2. Like, it changes everything.
It changes everything. I agree with you.
Well, it's 3-0 now because first pitch was overturned by ABS.
Green light.
Left-hand batter checks the swing and a pitch
So hard to hit.
hand. Yeah.
So hard to hit 3-0. You got to really learn it. Where you're looking to hit the ball, it stops you from doing that.
I think in camp, right, early on, like you want your swings. You want to try to. So 3-0 is green light all the time for a lot of guys. He just got a little over anxious.
I did that for 5 years.
3-1 pitch coming from Lancaster. And that one's down and in. He took this one for ball
Bat flip on a walk. I love this guy.
You bring up 3-0, right? And throughout the year, we'll be talking about, does he have the green light here? And I'm like, you know what? There's so much that goes into it. First off, who's the hitter? How's he feeling? If he's feeling locked in, he's swinging away 3-0. If he's not right, and he's in that period of time where he's not getting a pitch, he's probably taking, like some guys don't like hitting 3-0, as you said. Some guys love it.
I once I learned how to do it, and I told you it took about 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
It's not the 2-0 swing that you take. You make sure you want to pull it. When you're hitting 3-0, you want to stay in the middle of the field and catch that ball and just drive it straight center. But you got to learn that.
Here's Durbin with the bases loaded. He began this 4-run inning with a walk. He takes the ball. Bases loaded, 2 out.
Why is that? Why 3-0 do you want to find the middle of the field?
Because usually when you're hitting in that green light, the bases are drunk. So what he's trying to do is get you to pull off. Like, get so excited that you hook that ball in the dirt or do something stupid. If you stay in the middle of the field, you're going to get that ball in the air. You're going to drive it. You know what I mean? I think that's maturity, years of experience. All of that happens when you get that.
The more I watch today's game, I'm starting to think more and more guys should really learn to hit 3-0 because you take the fastball 3-0, 3-1, here comes a sweeper, 3-2, here comes a split. Like, they don't give in, and it's almost like 3-0. I don't know if you can take the heater down the middle anymore because they're coming nasty after.
0-2 pitch coming to Durbin. The former Brewer
I think
takes
it's
it
all
in the
nasty.
dirt.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, there's so much information pitching-wise. Guys are really good and getting better. You got to really have a plan. I tell people all the time, you just can't. I tried from the batters, from the on-deck circle to home plate. I'm calculating everything to try to do what I need to do to have a good swing in that situation. You got to be calculating.
1-2 pitch with the bases loaded, and it's swung it high and deep down the left field line toward the corner, and this ball is high off the wall. That'll score 2 runs. That's a home run at Fenway, where the wall is 7 feet shorter than this. 44 feet high here, Bo, but that makes it 6-0 as Durbin narrowly missed a grand slam.
That guy, that's good. That keeps guys working. I didn't even know that. I was looking at it. I was like, man, this is a little different, but it'll help.
Caleb Durbin, obviously coming over from Milwaukee. He's got a little pull side in the air, but he's a little guy, kind of still stays the middle of the field.
Yeah.
Right, but
that's the key.
Better hitter ballpark, I think, here than where he came from.
6-0 Red Sox. Here's Connor Wong. All 6 runs here in the 4th. He's 0 for 2 and takes a strike. Well, I'll never forget your dad telling me you came home from prep school with a lacrosse racket. He says, put that thing away. You're not going to make any money playing lacrosse.
Good advice.
There was a couple things, man. Like, I thought I was going to play football. I thought I was going to do all these. Like, hey, this is what you're going to do. Just go get your bat. Leave me alone. Send me to Seton Hall University.
Shep will take care of you down there.
You're down there with Shep and the whole Biggio and all the guys and
Johnny Val.
That's where it was. Johnny Val, all those guys. It was great.
Dana Brown too, right?
Yeah, Dana's down there.
Ground ball to third. Bobbled by the third baseman as he went diving for it. Another run scores, making it 7-0 Red Sox. That might be a
doing
hit.
good.
These guys are loaded. Seton Hall, I remember I came in freshman year, we're playing at Providence, and they'd be like, the little short porch in Priory in right field, where all the Dominican friars used to stay. And they're like, do you see that last window on the top floor? Mo hit one there. Like, Mo, by the way, hit one over here. Like, it was like...
Yeah, we were rifling some stuff around.
They were telling me where Mo Vaughn used to hit the ball at Providence.
We were really good. We just needed one more pitcher, man. We would have went to the World Series. We were really good.
Did you have Charlie, too?
Huh?
Did you have Morton?
Yeah.
Gee,
yeah.
How'd you lose?
Yeah, we needed one more guy, man. We couldn't get past Greg Olson and Frank Thomas in the Huntsville
Auburn.
Regional. Yeah. Back in '89.
This is Christian Campbell, who was hit by a pitch in this rally. 7 runs home, 7-0 Red Sox in the fourth. Runners at first and third.
Ball.
Taken low. Yeah, Dana Brown's done a great job with Houston. It's great to see a baseball guy in that position.
Man, I love Dana Brown. So smart. He was the guy that orchestrated that Atlanta team, over there for Alex and Anthopoulos over there.
Right.
So I'm looking for him to really do great things. He's a true baseball guy and just a solid individual. I was lucky to be with him at Seton Hall.
They brought in a great hitting coach, too, and our friend Victor Rodriguez.
That's what you need. You need somebody to talk to, somebody to give you some answers.
1-2 is bounced foul, grabbed by the third base coach Hudson. Nice play. 1-2. Well, it's so great you're back in the game because you have so much to offer.
It's a lot of fun, talking and getting around a bunch of baseball guys. The one thing Lou, that we miss when we're playing is that clubhouse.
Yep. So I was telling you about.
And we kind of got a clubhouse where I'm at down there in Boca Raton, so it's a lot of fun.
I was talking before we came on, that fantasy camp. I'm back down there with 7, 8, 9 guys I used to play with, and that's like, I look so forward to that, just to get in that clubhouse in the morning, grab a cup of coffee, sit on a table, and talk with 8, 9 guys I played with. Like, that's
awesome. That's what it's about.
1-2. High ground ball to third. This one stabbed there by third baseman, who flips over to the second baseman for the force and retires aside. But the Red Sox get 7 runs, all unearned. And after 4, it's 7-0 Boston in the Shaws in Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Network.
What would you do if your online store converted 36% more shoppers? You could take 36% more vacation.
Another pina colada? Yes, please.
Open a new retail location with 36% more square feet.
Fantastic.
Hire 36% more help.
You're hired and you're hired.
Shopify has the world's best converting checkout, up to 36% better than other e-commerce platforms. What you do with those extra sales is up to you. Switch to Shopify today at shopify.com/setup and get a $1 trial. Shopify.com/setup.
If you need a new appliance, this is your sign. Shop at Lowe's now to get up to 35% off and next-day delivery on hundreds of major appliances. A new appliance now means an easier-to-do list later. Our best lineup is at Lowe's. Valid through 3/18 while supplies last. Selection varies by location. Order by 4 p.m. Available Monday through Saturday. Subject to availability. Fees, exclusions, and restrictions apply. See Lowes.com/appliance delivery for more details.
Most people would rather assemble a 300-piece cabinet than search for insurance. That's why the Zebra searches for you, comparing over 100 insurance companies to find savings no one else can. Compare today at thezebra.com.
Listen up. Are you looking to transform your living space? Visit CCL Homescapes in Abington. From expert kitchen design to custom closets manufactured, designed, and installed, CCL Homescapes specializes in creating spaces that work and look better. Thinking about the ultimate closet makeover? Our design team builds custom solutions tailored to your home, your storage needs, and your lifestyle. Get inspired in our refreshed showroom or start your project online at cclco.com. Cape Cod Lumber, 100% employee-owned and operated.
Fitzy and Johnson.
Weekdays 2 to 6.
Now back to the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
To the fifth inning we go. Mo Vaughn brought the Red Sox some good luck. They lead 7-0, 7 unearned runs, and got a new pitcher, Giovanni Moran, and a new catcher, Mickey Gasper. He's on for Connor Wong. Everybody else continues in for the fifth inning. what a delightful day this has been. Not only the scoreboard, but far more importantly, it's such a treat to be around these Red Sox greats as Moran throws, and it's low. And you know, Joe, you had the honor of calling all these guys games and getting so close with them and their families and narrating their moments to Red Sox Nation. The one thing, I said it about Pedro, and I think it totally rings true about Mo as well, as Moran, who's a big part of the bullpen picture, throws a breaking ball that's looped to first, off the chest of Contreras into foul territory. He recovers, but he will not throw. Kind of a knuckling, top-spinning chopper on the first base side. And it'll be an error on Contreras that leads off the fifth. But there's a reason that you're never going to name your all-time favorites, Joe, but they're on your short list.
Those two are, yes. Pedro and Mo, and you know, it's just so much fun for me when they come back to the ballpark to have a chance to see them and to renew our friendship and hear what they're doing these days. And both have been so productive in their post-playing careers.
Well, and they're both so smart in a couple of different ways, as Moran misses badly down into Homer Bush Jr. To me, what jumps off the page is obviously the baseball smarts. I could listen to him talk about strategy and hitting and dividing the plate and all that stuff till the cows come home.
Yeah.
But the emotional intelligence, too, I think that's such a rare combination.
He was special. You know, again, this is like David Ortiz.
1-0 is low.
Showing you some of the years he had. I mean, It was just pencil in 320, 315, 980, 1,000 OPS, 130 RBIs, and the science of hitting, kind of like David would do. He'd break it down. These are just two of the great left-handed hitters.
Sort of like a little Ted Williams homage right there from Mo, saying there are 9 zones, and you got to know where your heat map is. It's sort of like analytics before it came in vogue. He was doing it on his own.
And, you know, he was the go-to guy for the media. He took a lot of pressure off other players who didn't really want to get involved.
He pulled a few players out of scrums. Said, go to the training room, I got it, and would step in.
Amazing. 2-0 is a little bit outside. And as we know, you lived it, Lou. That is so important in our market.
He really was. I always say he's one of the greatest leaders I've ever played with, and just a really good human. He's in that category.
And when he left, Lou, that role was not filled. He was really missed in that area, just as, maybe not quite as much as he was on the field, but
Nomar really missed that.
Moran swings and misses.
In all seriousness,
Yes.
Mo, I mean, Nomi was in his second year, and he was already a superstar, but Mo was still the leader. When Mo left, everybody's like, all right, Nomar, you're the guy. And he just wasn't. Some people just don't want that. He wasn't comfortable with it, and it was kind of forced on him, and it affected some things publicly.
3-1 is a ball, and Moran has walked Homer Bush Jr. There are lines of tape in the clubhouse, all these stories about all that stuff. And, you know, Lou, it's amazing. You know, we now broadcast games. We have a wonderful core of writers who cover the team. The national writers are around all the time. The Red Sox are a magnet for coverage. What you just said, I think, is such an important thing to remember. Not everybody needs to be the guy who can or wants to stand in front of his locker after every game. It's not like that's a necessary job when you're a great player.
Well, it's sort of like everyone's like, okay, now Refsnyder's gone, Bregman's gone. Who's going to lead? And that has to happen organically.
Yep.
You can't just assign it.
Runners go as a pitch to Keegan misses and a throw to third, not nearly in time. Do you think, I know this is hard to project, but don't you think Roman Anthony strikes you as somebody who over the years as he matures can be that kind of a guy?
He will. And there'll be some moments this year, but it's still Story. It's going to be Contreras. And I tell you, an impressive guy we've talked about a lot, Narvaez.
Yes.
You know, he's still Duran's now getting his 4th, 5th year. IKF.
1-0 is a little bit outside.
To me, slides into that Rob Refsnyder. Very unique. It's very unique to have the type of personality and respect by being a part-time role player and lead the way Refsnyder did. IKF is very, very similar in that regard.
God, John Schneider the other day raved about him as a pitch is on the inside corner for a strike to Keegan, the catcher, Dom Keegan. 2 balls and a strike. Carlos Narvaez was on our airwaves earlier today on the Greg Hill Show. And listen, we've had so many conversations. I got so enamored with Carlos last year as a foul ball on the right side makes it 2-2. He is such a calming presence. He's a leader. And for a second-year guy, he sounds like he's totally ready to step into a leadership role.
Yeah, mature kid, no doubt.
He said, I'm really calm. I just kind of keep to myself away from the field. But when the games start, I'm a totally different guy. 2-2. Pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him. And, Narvaez is another guy like Wilyer Abreu and so many Contreras and others that he speaks beautiful English now. And he leans into that. And I think that's such an important signal to the rest of the clubhouse to just kind of bring everybody together. One down back to the leadoff spot for Carson Williams.
Moran, really the only lefty kind of got penciled in this bullpen, and saw that strike three. That's the changeup. That's the swing and miss pitch for him. It is absolutely filth.
Second and third, pitch, strike on the outside corner. The rumors the Red Sox still looking for left-handed help. Do you believe those?
Yeah, I do, but I'm not one of these guys that needs to just sign anybody just to say you have a lefty. If he's going to pop a 4.5 ERA, you got righties that can get lefties out. It'll obviously be searching for it throughout the year.
0-1.
Good change.
That looked very close. No challenge from Mickey Gasper, but it was called a ball 1-1.
The problem with Moran, though, is that he's kind of like a reverse split guy because the changeup is so good. It's not like he's a big sweeper, tough on lefties. He's tough on righties. He's got a little cutter and a slider to go for lefties, but
1-1. Pop foul down the right field line. That's sort of like Justin Wilson. That'll get out of play. Down the corner. No, it won't. The wind brings it back in, and that play is made out there by Ward. It's a sac fly, a trade the Red Sox will take all day. That one came back into play, and it's 7-1.
But the guys they have out there right now, they get lefties out. We mentioned Weissert. The changeup made everything. Lefties. He was better against lefties and righties. You say the same thing about, guys like Whitlock and Slayton as well. So a lot of the guys they have are just as tough against lefties. So
2 down. A run in for the Rays with runner stuck on second. Moran throws, and a fastball is a strike. That looked close. The change up in its own one. I think if Zach Kelly can throw more strikes, he can be really tough against lefties too.
Yeah, he just needs to be consistent. That's all. Some nights you look at it, it's absolute lights out. The stuff is fantastic. He's got to find the zone more consistently.
0-1. Little looper into right field. Coming on is Ward, and he'll not be able to make the play. Grabs it on one hop. So the Rays are going to get a couple runs back. Not the outing Moran was looking for. Of course, the error to begin the inning sort of set the wheels in motion here. But he's probably not that thrilled with the way this is going. And now, how about this for a test? With a bunch of pitches thrown, you're exhausted, you're frustrated. Here's Junior Caminero.
Looks like currently have a little righty getting loose out in that bullpen just to kind of escape this inning if the pitch count gets up there. But I believe that was Peyton Tolley up. We'll probably see him next. Probably for a couple. That'd be a fun watch.
He's always a fun listen, too, as a strike on the inside corner, 0-1.
It's been impressive. Looks like they're going to take a challenge on this one.
Graphic goes up on the board. And it is a ball. So Caminero wins that challenge. We were talking to Mark Topkin, the great writer for the Tampa Bay Rays. And the question I posed to him is, will the Rays pony up and re-sign Junior Caminero to a long-term, extend him to a big deal? And there's a strong feeling that they will. The new ownership group, which is close to securing a new stadium in Tampa, has got a ton of dough. The 1-0 is hard on the ground into left field. That's a base hit. This guy is one of the right-handed hitting monsters in the game. He smashes that one. And so now 2 on with 2 out. Moran continues to struggle. And Mark raised the point that as Alex Cora comes out, that a lot of it may in fact be tied to what happens with Wander Franco, his wild story, and whether or not there'll be any relief on that contract. We'll get into that in just a moment. But first, a pitching change. Moran is out as the Red Sox have given up a couple of runs. 2 on, 2 out, 7-2 in the 5th in the Shaw's and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
This is Scott McFarlane of McFarlane Energy. While there's no shortage of companies offering heating oil delivery, boilers, furnaces, heat pumps, and air conditioning, we stand apart from the rest. Since opening our doors in 1946, our goal has been to deliver the best combination of price, expertise, and equipment to all of Eastern Mass and the Cape. This winter, consider McFarlane Energy for your next oil delivery. You'll love our prices, and we'll treat you and your home like family. And don't forget to ask us about cleaner burning bioheat. Please visit us at McFarlaneEnergy.com.
Hey guys, guys, it's Courtney. Did you know Verizon Home Internet covers more homes with faster speeds across the country than any other provider? Now you can get award-winning FiOS Internet for just $20 a month for 3 years. Switch today and enjoy savings you can count on. Verizon Home Internet consists of FiOS and 5G home. Availability varies. Comparison based on FCC BDS data of home internet providers and download speeds over 50 Mbps. June 2025. Limited time offer for eligible new customers. FiOS $20 monthly plan with autopay, mobile phone plan, mobile plus home, and bonus discount. Enrollment required. 3-year price guarantee applies only to the then current base monthly rate for FiOS. Additional terms apply.
Pitching change time at JetBlue as the Red Sox have given up a couple of runs here. We are going to see Peyton Tolley, who now is up and throwing again. So kind of a fun day on the mound for the Sox with Chapman following Crochet and then Weissert and eventually Tolley. The new pitcher is Raidis Sena, number 58. Sort of an undersized right-hander. He's on the mound to try to get out of this top of the 5th inning. But Wander Franco was a supernova rookie of the year, future MVP talent. The Rays did something that they don't often do. They extended him to a massive contract extension. And then off the field trouble struck him. Awful allegations of personal issues. He's been in court. He got convicted in the Dominican Republic, but then that got overturned. Now he's back on trial, but that's gotten delayed. And the Rays, I mean, he's a marvelous talent, but he's been out of the game for 3 years as Olivares, right-handed hitter. Edward Olivares facing Sena digs in. 2 on, 2 out, 2 in. The pitch is a little bit high. The Rays are hoping they get some relief from that Franco money and can recommit it to Caminero. 1 ball, no strikes. They lost Brandon Lau. They will get McClanahan back, but he's going to be totally managed by the Rays. Pitch a little bit outside. We saw Rasmussen the other day, and they're going to do to McClanahan what they did with Drew last year. Another challenge here at the plate. And he's going to be at the back of their rotation and make like 4 and 5 inning starts for the majority of the year. And that pitch is indeed a ball.
The call is confirmed. Boston has no challenges remaining.
So that was Mickey Gasper challenging that. And Mickey was not happy with himself when he got that one wrong. But hey, Alex said we don't want any left after the 5th inning, so use them now. 2 balls, no strikes. Here's the pitch. And that is a strike for sure. Cutter, and it's 2-1.
That's one of those spots where you might, 2 outs, a couple guys on, 1-2-0 or 1-1 count. In real games, it's a pretty good spot to do it too. It's a big moment in the game.
Totally agreed.
Not down here, but
2-1 in the dirt. Sena missed badly there, and it's 3-1. But you can never be comfortable when you're playing these Tampa Bay Rays. I mean, Caminero, Aranda, the pitching staff they've got.
They will be good again because of that staff. And McClanahan, it'll still be 4 or 5 electric innings.
3-1, swinging a massive miss by Olivares.
The new ballpark site is on the campus of Hillsborough College, which is right near Steinbrenner Field and Raymond James Stadium where the Bucks play.
Much better.
Yeah. So you identify Tampa as a good place to put a ballpark. You shouldn't put it in St. Pete.
Yeah, they're not the St. Pete Rays. Here's the 3-2, pop foul on the first base side. Long run back in foul ground for Contreras, and he makes a basket over the shoulder catch. Lovely job by Contreras to end the inning and stem the tide. Bottom 5 next, 7-2 Sox in the Shaws and Star Market, WEI Red Sox Radio Network.
It's only getting every customer's order right. It's only a point-of-sale system connected by Spectrum fiber-powered business internet, helping you track hundreds of secure transactions. And it's all backed by 24/7 U.S.-based customer support and local technicians. It's only everything. Get Business Internet Advantage free, forever, when you get 4 mobile lines from Spectrum. Visit spectrum.com/free4life to find out how. Restrictions apply. Services not available in all areas.
Looking to get rid of all of the junk after the snow melts? Look no further than E.L. Harvey.
The team at E.L. Harvey are the waste management experts in Boston and throughout Massachusetts, with their partner companies with waste and recycling options for everyone, from homeowners to businesses and contractors. They are committed to keeping our beautiful community clean and green. Visit elharvey.com to schedule a dumpster rental now. For all of your waste and recycling needs, visit elharvey.com. That's elharvey.com.
Hello, this is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell. Cordell & Cordell is the largest family law firm in the country, with over 35 years of helping clients navigate divorce. If you or someone you care about is facing a family law issue, let us set up a 1-hour Cordell Consult. The Cordell Consult is a meeting with a local attorney who will give you clear guidance about your options, whether it's a separation, a postnuptial agreement, divorce, or custody. Take the first step. Visit CordellCordell.com. That's CordellCordell.com.
If you need a new appliance, this is your sign. Shop at Lowe's now to get up to 35% off and next-day delivery on hundreds of major appliances. A new appliance now means an easier-to-do list later. Our best lineup is at Lowe's. Valid through 3/18 while supplies last. Selection varies by location. Order by 4 p.m. Available Monday through Saturday. Subject to availability. Fees, exclusions, and restrictions apply. See Lowes.com/appliance delivery for more details.
To Red Sox Spring Training Baseball on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Logan Workman is going to lead it off as we go to, he's going to be on the mound rather, as Monasterio leads it off. 7-2 Red Sox. Will, Joe, and Lou. No relation to Brandon Workman, who was an all-time character and a postseason hero for the Red Sox, as a foul ball on the first base side, strike one. And Workman, just incredible for the Red Sox as he burst onto the scene in 2013. Brandon, that is. The 0-1 pitch to Monasterio. Big swing and a miss at a fastball up top, and it's 0-2. But then he, like so many, Tommy John, it took him forever to recover and get back from it, almost the bulk of 2 years. 0-2. Pop foul on the first base side. But in that 13 postseason, he was really one of the most dependable relief arms they had.
So many different guys contributed.
He was on the 18 team, too. He did not pitch as well in the playoffs as Monasterio fouls it off on the third base side. But for a long time, he was in like the top 15 all-time in relief appearances for the Red Sox. He was not quite Matt Barnes level, but a real workhorse out of that pen.
Big guy with a nasty sinking fastball.
He was really fun to be around. He came down to Pawtucket when I was there a couple of times, both on the roster and in rehabs, as Monasterio fouls one off on the first base side. I'll never forget it. It was one of the rare times we were going to fly out. We mostly bust everywhere. Lou knows that life very well. And Workman came down on a rehab coming back from the arm injury, and he just got absolutely shelled. I mean, we're talking like he faces 7 hitters, does not get any out. There's 6 runs that come home and score. Monasterio takes a pitch up and away. He's in at the gate by the airplane, and I walked past him as we're just about to board. He said, "I just didn't want to waste any outs in the minor leagues. I'm saving them for the show." 1-2 misses outside. 2-2. The mindset of a reliever, just a different thing altogether. Monasterio swings and lines one up the middle, but right at the second baseman, Williamson. And that is caught. He continues, Lou, to, I think, hit the ball really hard and impress here in spring training.
Yeah, no, he's definitely in the mix, especially with the unfortunate injury to Romy Gonzalez's shoulder. I do think we'll wait and see what's going on with Marcelo Meyer. He gets back into some games and how that whole thing goes down with him and his spring training. Cora, I think just coming out the day in media, just saying, it's no lock. He's got to show us some things in camp. But Monasterio is another guy they got in that Durbin trade. I mean, Milwaukee gave him their entire third base depth. Even the kid Siegler down in AAA.
This is Alan Castor, who takes a cutter low for ball one, and now he pops one into shallow left field. Shortstop Carson Williams is underneath it. He makes the play. I think it's probably been the story of camp because the Red Sox are healthy. There's not much going on, but everybody is talking about Marcelo Meyer. And it does seem like there have been some comments directed at him to sort of get him going toward this regular season.
Well, I think it's Cora put it today. I heard him on the radio. They're kind of like, he just wanted to slow things down. You know, it's sort of like, well, he's going to start at second or start at third. And it's like, well, you know, we listen, defensively, there's no question who he is. It's an elite defender, elite hands. Just offensively, there were some things that maybe that might have clipped Ward's foot.
Braden Ward got hit by a pitch. He's aboard.
You know, there are some things that kind of stood out in, you know, some off-speed and breaking balls. We know lefties going to struggle against lefties, but we figured there'd be a platoon there anyways. But against righties, it was, you know, the curveball down and in, the slider, the changeup, the split, like the sweeper. A lot of off-speed pitch recognition, a lot of swing and miss there that they just want to work on. And whether you can determine that in camp, or you just have to ride it out and give them big league at-bats.
Runner goes. Pitch is outside. This kid can run. It's the second time he's burned down the base pass. Braden Ward, did he come off the bag? He did. So he slides through the second base bag after stealing it comfortably. And that ends the fifth inning. 7-2 Red Sox. Maybe a little bit more on Marcelo when we return on the Shaws and Star Market, WEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Well, the holidays have come and gone once again, but if you've forgotten to get that special someone in your life a gift, well, Mint Mobile is extending their holiday offer of half off unlimited wireless. So here's the idea. You get it now. You call it an early present for next year. What do you have to lose? Give it a try at mintmobile.com/save.
Limited time, 50% off regular price for new customers. Upfront payment required. $45 for 3 months, $90 for 6 months, or $180 for 12-month plan. Taxes and fees extra. Speeds may slow after 50 gigabytes per month when network is busy. See terms.
If you need a new appliance, this is your sign. Shop at Lowe's now to get up to 35% off and next-day delivery on hundreds of major appliances. A new appliance now means an easier-to-do list later. Our best lineup is at Lowe's. Valid through 3/18 while supplies last. Selection varies by location. Order by 4 p.m. Available Monday through Saturday. Subject to availability. Fees, exclusions, and restrictions apply. See Lowes.com/appliance delivery for more details.
It's only getting every customer's order right. It's only a point-of-sale system connected by Spectrum fiber-powered business internet, helping you track hundreds of secure transactions. And it's all backed by 24/7 U.S.-based customer support and local technicians. It's only everything. Get Business Internet Advantage free, forever, when you get 4 mobile lines from Spectrum. Visit spectrum.com/free for life to find out how. Restrictions apply. Services not available in all areas.
Hi, this is Marcelo Meyer. You're listening to the home of the Red Sox, WEEI.
Now we go to the 6th inning, and it's 7-2 Red Sox. Tolley takes over for the Red Sox. The hard-throwing lefty leaves it inside, ball 1 to Miranda. Jonathan Aranda has grounded out 4-3 and drawn a walk.
Wholesale changes. We'll get them to you in a moment, but all eyes on Tolley.
Second outing of the spring. He drills a strike in there. He pitched against the Twins.
First couple 97, 96, power fastball. Little cutter working on the curveball, and really the pitch to watch is his changeup.
Peyton Tolley leaves it inside. He allowed 1 run, 2 hits without a walk and a strikeout against Minnesota in the opener.
And that's the other one, too, the sinker, 95. Kind of run it in, make lefties uncomfortable.
Gasper catching, Sogard at first. The pitch is a breaking ball outside. Mikey Romero is at second. Shortstop is Kei Cheng, and at third base it's Capra. It's Nellie Taylor out there in center. So we try to run down the left field and the right fielder.
Gonzalez is in right, the beast of a man.
Drive deep down the left field line toward the corner, back by the wall. It hits off the green. Aranda on his way to second, and the throw comes into third. A wall ball double for Jonathan Aranda, with .316 last year in 108 games for the Rays.
Yeah, just right away, too, you know, with Tolley, listen, the fastball is absolutely elite. The idea is to work on the secondary pitches, have that fastball play up even more. And, you know, one of the things, you know, Cora's talked about before, like loss of command, right? You talk about count leverage. You know, 0-2, 1-2, 2-2, whatever, that fastball plays. But when you get into 3-1 counts against a hitter like Aranda, I don't care if you're throwing 97 with elite extension and rise to the fastball, they're still going to touch it up. So you want to get ahead and use everything you have.
Here's Ben Williamson, the second baseman, taking a strike over the inner half with a cutter.
Well, I just hope the secondary stuff comes around because he's the funniest guy in the universe.
Sure is. And he's looked good at times. We saw him live BP a couple of times right behind home plate, the location.
Williamson, a right-hand batter. The pitch of the big lefty is swung on and missed. High heat away at 96. Red Sox leading 7-2. All the runs in this game are unearned. 7 for the Red Sox, 2 for the Rays. So the leadoff man at second. Here it is, and the check swing low.
So do you have all the changes, Joe? You want me to rattle them off for you?
Well, who's in left? That's the only one we need.
McDonough.
There's a curveball there from
Sean
McDonough out and left.
No, he's on the golf course.
Somewhere.
Although I guess the NHL's picking back up.
1-2 is fouled to the right out of play. After the Great Olympics. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Tolley from the set delivers the right-hand batter, and that skips over his foot. Down to third goes the runner as the pitch goes to the backstop. It almost hit Williamson.
That's the one you're talking about. Spiked changeup. Does he want to throw the changeup 91, Lou?
That seemed a little hard from what we had seen before, but he's throwing that kick changeup. We saw that a lot last year. And for certain guys, get into the details, the biomechanics of their arm, it just... Some guys can't turn the changeup over. The kick change is the one to go to, and when effective, when he throws it right, it has a real good split-fingered action.
2-2 pitch with a runner at third is fisted foul down the right field line.
For those who've not heard that, what is a kick change?
It's just a way to to be able to just throw it straight without kind of trying to turn it over like you'd see like Bayo trying to turn over a changeup, but a couple knuckles on the ball. It's just the way you grip it, but when thrown properly, it has a split action just diving down.
2-2. Swinging a line drive base hit into right field. That scores the run. 7-3 Red Sox. So a double a wild pitch and a single, grading Peyton Tolley here.
And that's part of it, right? I try to explain like Peyton Tolley with this fastball cutter combination. Like imagine Crochet without the sweeper.
Yep.
You know, and it ends so many at bats that have one thing to go to other than the power. Because if you just keep coming with fastball cutter, guys in this league will just, you know, they'll be able to tee you up a little bit or zone you up a little bit. That's where that changeup and curveball come into play for him.
Here's a pop-up first base side. Second baseman Romero fighting the sun makes the catch to retire the pinch hitter Davidson. 1 pitch out. Davidson was hitting for Delgado, and in Bush's spot we have another pinch hitter. This is Austin Overn, O-V-E-R-N. Here's the pitch, and it's down and in, ball 1.
We saw Tolley throw 1 curveball here, and he missed down. And that's one thing he was talking about with his misses. Now, he spiked the changeup pretty bad, but throughout camp, the changeup, new pitch, the curveball.
Here's a swing and a fly ball to left field. On comes the left fielder McDonough to make the catch. Tyler McDonough.
But he was saying with those 2 pitches that he's really kind of trying to fine-tune. Like, the misses aren't so bad. You know, last year, if he tried to throw a breaking ball, he would throw it up and away, or to the backstop, or the split we saw to the backstop. But when you throw a good curveball and the catcher just digs it off the ground, that's a good miss, right? That's a pitch you can get a swing at with some guys.
Another pinch hitter, Lewis at the plate, takes it inside for a ball.
Barring something totally crazy, it's a lock that he's going to start the year in AAA, isn't it?
100%. Yeah, he just needs to fine-tune some stuff. He could definitely... It's going to help you at some point this year.
Levis is the pinch batter, checks the swing and a high fastball. He went around.
To be honest with you, like, I almost feel like Early's going to be there too. Like Early and Tolley, like a couple guys they can monitor. The big thing is that Early is polished and he can get big league hitters out. We know that. But do they want to jump him to 180 innings? So do you control him for a month or so and have him ready the first guy that goes down?
You want to go some first? Curveball in for a strike. Here's the throw, and not much on it. And it's a stolen base, a one-hop throw, which was knocked down by the shortstop.
And that's a big pitch for Peyton. 1-1. If he can be able to throw his curveball over for strike, and you can play the heater up off of it.
1-2 pitch coming to the left-hand batter, and a ground ball pulled foul.
Another one. Another good curveball from Peyton. And like lefties, right? The sinker down in. Think about it. Remember Rodon last year kind of brought that into play, right? He'd be a fastball four-seamer, but he started throwing that 97 sink down and in on lefties or up and in, and it would just make you extremely uncomfortable for a lefty and open up the entire plate. That's what you're seeing now with the new sinker from Peyton.
Pitch hits him. He tried to get that one inside, an off-speed pitch. They have changeup 96.
Yeah, that was a sinker down and in after a couple of curveballs. It was the right pitch off of it. But again, location, right? Fine-tuning some things. And it's the pitchability. That's what Early's so impressive, the way he's able to pitch, locate, and throw strikes. But
well, I think it just so often happens this time of year. Young guy, working on different stuff. He's adding all these elements in it. And then all of a sudden you're on a game mound. It can be really hard to find it that first time.
Got another pinch hitter here for the Rays.
This is Barrios, Gregory Barrios, and then Blake Sable out on deck.
Barrios, like the Toronto pitcher, same name, not related. Ground ball up the third base side, big trouble. Totally picks it up, throws it low, and scooped nicely at first base by Sogard. Oh, he saved a run, maybe more, because that throw would have gone down the right field line. Great play by the first baseman, Sogard, on a pick to retire the side. They get a run, and after 5.5, it's 7-3 Red Sox on the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Network.
If you need a new appliance, this is your sign. Shop at Lowe's now to get up to 35% off and next-day delivery on hundreds of major appliances. A new appliance now means an easier-to-do list later. Our best lineup is at Lowe's. Valid through 3/18 while supplies last. Selection varies by location. Order by 4 p.m. Available Monday through Saturday. Subject to availability. Fees, exclusions, and restrictions apply. See Lowe's.com/appliance delivery for more details.
Introducing the all-new 2026 Subaru Outback, redesigned to give you more of what you love with a bold new look. After 30 years of adventure, the 2026 Outback shows off a powerful new design, built with the legendary capability of standard symmetrical all-wheel drive and the Subaru safety you trust. With Go Anywhere capability, elevated safety features, and upgraded tech, the 2026 Outback is the safest and boldest Outback yet. The all-new 2026 Subaru Outback. More of what you love with a bold new look. Starting at $34,995. For complete details and to learn more about the all-new 2026 Outback, visit SubaruofNewEngland.com.
A KFC tale in the pursuit of flavor. The greatest insult the Colonel ever suffered was being served a wrap that was just a snack by a friend. So he took 2 crispy tenders, lettuce, tomatoes, and pepper mayo, and wrapped them in a soft tortilla. It wasn't a snack, it was a meal. He called it a twister, and never called that friend again. The Colonel lived, so we could chicken. The Twister, now back at KFC, classic or with bacon. Also try it spicy. It's finger-licking good.
Prices and participation may vary.
You're listening to live play-by-play action of the Boston Red Sox on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Workman back on the mound, 7-3 Red Sox. First pitch here is a ball low to Taylor.
All right, you're the only person
Taylor
on human earth that cares about these changes, but I'll say them out loud one time. Who's out there defensively for the Tampa Bay Rays?
Can't wait.
That's taken high ball, too.
Sable's at first, Horvath at second, Barrios at short, Davidson is the third baseman.
Pitch is up and away to the left-hand batter.
Jones.
This is Cheng, rather. They're not hitting in the same place where the guy they replaced was hitting.
We got to get on Cora for that. Come on. Straight changes, 1 through 9.
No, we haven't had many straight changes at all this year. There's a strike.
Jones in left, O'Verne in center, Toole in right.
All right.
Uh-huh.
Well, a lot of times when these guys come in, it's sort of like priority. You know, I want to get these guys at bats. Chang's playing in the WBC.
There's a foul third base side out of play.
So where the lineup was, they want to make sure it turns over a couple of times for him.
Well, I'd say they want to get him 2 at-bats in this game. Yeah. You know, if you hit him, ends up being 8th in the order, he may only get 1. They want to get him 2. Sogard is on deck, another guy they want to get some at-bats for. And
Cheng has been a very patient hitter. 3 walks already. Takes this one outside. He's walked again.
He's got magic hands defensively, doesn't he, Lou?
Yeah, he's a special defender. The minor league guy, he's a glove-first guy. He's a 200, 210 kind of hitter, but he makes contact. He doesn't strike out. But again, another one of those guys, defensive-minded, right? If he's down in AAA, he's out there catching the baseball each and every day. And if an injury somebody goes down, at least you can bring up a defender, right? A guy that can go out there and not hurt you defensively.
Sogard, the switch hitter, takes a strike. That was a great pick he made on a low throw by Tolle, which was probably thrown at about 99 miles an hour to first base.
Well, as we mentioned, Tolle working on that sinker, but I don't think he wanted to throw 97 with sink to first.
No. Yeah, it did sink.
Yeah, that was a great pick.
I thought Lou made that point last year and was so smart. You call these guys up from the minor leagues, it helps so much if they can play the position. Then they can just settle in and not have to be so bat first.
Tough league to come up and be bat only. You know, and last year they kind of had put Christian Campbell in a tough position at second base. We hadn't played much, and the month of April was so good offensively that when the bat went away, he said defensively, he started looking at the numbers, and you got to be able to catch the ball, at least help me when you're struggling offensively.
Runner goes, pitch in there for a strike. The throw down is in plenty of time. Caught stealing 2-6. It's Cheng.
That might have been a challenge in a regular season game.
I'm with you there.
He's got good hair, Chang does. Helmet came off. He's got Massa-level flow.
Swing and a miss at it. Breaking ball down and away. An off-speed pitch, and down goes Sogard. This is Workman's second inning on the hill.
It's such a good point, though. I mean, it's not everybody's Dustin Pedroia, but if you just help the team defensively, you can absorb and survive downturns offensively.
Well, I'll give you some names. Cedar Rafaela, Wilyer Abreu, Marcelo Meyer, guys that, like, offensively, like, there's some, stages, right? We got to get some experience and improve the game offensively, take baby steps and be who you think they can be, and now you're starting to see it a little bit with the outfielders. It buys you time.
Mikey Romero takes a strike. He's seeing a lot of action, Lou.
Yeah, they like him a lot. He's on second base early on. He could play some third. Just physically got a lot stronger. The bat, there isn't a person in this organization that does not believe that this bat will play and get him to the big leagues.
There's a strike. He does look bigger. He even looks taller.
Good hands.
Ball and 2 strikes. Workman leaves it low and away.
Health is so important for these kids. You talk about prospects and are they ever going to make it? Well, for number one, you got to stay healthy. And he finally had like a healthy year last year and a healthy offseason this year.
And he takes a breaking ball in the dirt.
All the guys that, climb the systems and get to the big leagues quick, it's like they never get hurt, right? They're healthy. Guys like Roman Anthony. Then, Marcelo's another example. 90, 91 games. He's lost like 650, 700 at-bats in the minor league. Same thing with Mikey Romero, and you want to stay healthy to gain that experience and take your game to another level.
3-2, swing and a miss. Got him on a high slider to retire the side. So after 6, 7-3 Red Sox in the Shaws in Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Network.
If you need a new appliance, this is your sign. Shop at Lowe's now to get up to 35% off and next-day delivery on hundreds of major appliances. A new appliance now means an easier to-do list later. Our best lineup is at Lowe's. Valid through 3/18 while supplies last. Selection varies by location. Order by 4 p.m. Available Monday through Saturday. Subject to availability. Fees, exclusions, and restrictions apply. See Lowes.com/appliance delivery for more details.
Gas, repairs, and where did that ding come from? We know owning a car is already expensive enough. You shouldn't have to overpay for auto insurance, too. So shift into savings and put the brakes on those high insurance rates with help from Intuit Credit Karma. Simply open the app to explore personalized rates, get quotes, and find the right coverage plan for you. Great insurance at lower rates? Start looking on Credit Karma today.
Todos tenemos una pasión, eso que haríamos una y otra vez, como salir a correr donde sea, cocinar con grandes chefs o rockear con tu artista favorito por todo el mundo. Haz lo que realmente te apasiona. Juega el nuevo sorteo diario de Millionaire for Life y podrías ganar $1 millón cada año por el resto de tu vida. Pasión financiada de por vida. Probabilidades generales 1 en 8.5. Debes tener 18 años o más. Hay ayuda para problemas de juego. Llama al 888-789-7777.
You're listening to Red Sox Spring Training Baseball
on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Hayden Tolley out there again. The first pitch is taken high, ball 1 to Sable, the first baseman. Tolley ought to run on 2 hits with a hit batsman in the 6th inning. We're in the 7th. The Red Sox leading 7-3. And the left-hand batter swings and misses at a high fastball. Here it comes, and a looping foul left side. You take 10 seconds on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Network.
The Eagles play here. Catch BC football, basketball, baseball, and hockey on WEEI AM, Boston, an Odyssey station.
Blake Sable fouls it to the backstop. Ball and 2 strikes. Here's the 1-2, and it's just a little low and away. Totally thought he might have hit a strike there. Cut her away.
He's playing this at bat with the fastball, right? Sinker's down and in, tried to elevate a heater up. He didn't get it up there for the foul back, and then a little cutter away. 3 different fastballs.
2-2. Hit him with a curveball. Totally upset with himself.
Yeah, that's just part of it, right? Pitching, right? You got a fastball. You almost had him set up for that curveball. He just kind of left it out and ended up losing him, hitting him in that elbow guard.
All right, here is Sampson, right-hand batter, swings and skies one, shallow right field. On comes Gonzalez, second baseman out. And the right fielder makes the catch.
Hard to miss him. But that's the point of spring training. I mean, I want Tolley throwing that pitch in that spot. Even though he knows he could probably locate a fastball and get him out. Do it here.
And, you're going to see it, too. Early on, probably, he gets down to Worcester. They are going to make him throw X amount of curveballs, X amount of changeups per game. I mean, he can walk through a lineup probably down there with fastball, cutter, and sinker, but
there's a fly ball, left field foul line. The left fielder on, the third baseman out. The ball bounces on the track and hops into the stands for a double for Toole. Little pop fly by the left-hand batter into fair ground. Just stayed fair.
You don't mind that one. Good sinker down and in, ran it on the guy. Just placed the ball out there. But you mentioned that right fielder, Justin Gonzalez. I need to see him more of him. I mean, apparently he's like 6'4", 215, and this year showed up 6'6", 6'7", 270. Like, he's an absolute monster. He's athletic. He still plays center field.
Call strike.
He's enormous.
Or about the right-hand batter playing in left field.
5th best prospect right now, going to SoxProspect.com.
Here's the 0-1. Low in the dirt, boxed around and blocked by Mickey Gasper.
He's 19. I mean,
and that's the thing. We joked, like, I like Roman Anthony, right? Remember last year when he came in, when they measured him, they found out he had grown an inch and a half
yeah.
last year, and they're like, "How's that possible?" I'm like, "Well, when you're 20 years old, like how many people have gone to college now? That's when I really kind of grew up." Like,
literally, yeah. One outside and high, nice save by Gasper, might have been crossed up.
well, that was that changeup again, and that's the bad miss, right? The curveball changeup you want to miss down, and maybe just down, just off, but that one there just sailed, and Mickey did a nice job holding on to it.
Mac Horvath, a right-hand hitter. And the 2-1. Ground ball hit hard to deep third. Backhanded. Long throw across by Capra. He got him. The run scores. Nice play. But Capra with a long throw.
Now, I know it's just the first spring outing, and that's going to do it. Cora's going to come out. Peyton looks furious. I mean, he looks so mad at himself for how this has gone today.
That makes it 7-4.
It'd be 3 or 4, right? The 1-2 curveball that hit him, the changeup he missed way away, a couple of changeups that I don't think he had the feel for. Just command, getting in 3-1 counts, 2-0 counts. If he stays ahead with his stuff, fine-tunes this changeup, this curveball, flips it over for strikes, you're going to see a different guy with a ton of success.
So he goes an inning and 2/3. We have a change here in the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Network.
Hey, it's Sean Flaherty, managing partner of Catcher's Law Group. Every Sunday, the Patriots fight for New England on the field. And every day, Catcher's Law fights for New Englanders off the field. For over 40 years, we've been more than attorneys. We've been neighbors, parents, fans, and friends. We've fought for hardworking families, injured workers, and people who simply need someone in their corner. That's why the Patriots named us their official law firm. Because when it comes to standing up for our community, Catcher's Law shows up every day.
The Subaru of New England, Washington's birthday sales event is here. Feel the freedom of driving the 2025 Subaru Forester Hybrid with symmetrical all-wheel drive for all-weather adventure. Buy with 0% financing or lease for just $269 per month. Details at SubaruofNewEngland.com.
Feel the freedom when you're driving in a Subaru. Come on!
Right-hander Calvin Bickerstaff up from minor league camp taking over. 7-4, Red Sox lead it. They once led 7-0. With 2 out here in the 7th inning. All the Red Sox runs, by the way, unearned. And they all came in the 4th. When Maurice Vaughn was with us. Pedro joined us earlier. Quite a day here at JetBlue. And Jones, the batter. This is Brock Jones facing the right-hander Bickerstaff.
Joe, I'm having one of these oranges that Doug Lane brought down the street, this little market.
The Honeybells, yeah.
It'd be one of the greatest oranges I've ever had in my life.
Yeah, they are exceptional this year.
If you hear me chewing on something, it's an orange.
There's the left-hand batter taking a strike. This one is slowed considerably after the regulars left the game. Tall, slim righty deals and leaves it outside.
A lot of times, starters or pitchers, period, you know, there's a pitch count. So the guys out in that bullpen are guys that aren't here in big league camp. They come up from minor league camp. And a lot of times that's where it slows down because there's a lot of nerves playing in front of big league staff in this ballpark. And strikes are hard to come by.
Bickerstaff from Steubenville, Ohio. Long foul, first base side out of play. Born in Weirton, West Virginia, right across the river from Steubenville. He pitched for Kent State, which had some very good teams that went to the College World Series during his time. Pitched for Keene in the New England College Baseball League. In New Hampshire, the pitch taken high. He was signed as a non-drafted free agent by the Red Sox in 24. Pitched 4 games at Salem last year, most of last year at Salem as well. Going 3-2 with a 4.36 ERA. Here's the pitch home.
Ooh.
Little low. First base umpire started to go up with a hand. John Tempane, a veteran umpire.
We are out of challenges. The Red Sox are. I think that might have been one. In a real game, you might have seen tap the helmet.
Calvin Wolfgang Bickerstaff.
What a name.
3-2. Swinging a long foul right field side out of play.
Today's Golden Honey Bell update. Lewis just peeled one. Do you believe the hype now?
Yeah, I just told Joe he might not hear me for a few.
Yeah, the smell is overwhelming on the
great?
positive side. Yeah, like we're in an orange grove.
These things are fantastic.
3-2 pitch coming.
That's Doug. Don't worry about it. Not your phone.
Fouled first base side.
He's only been doing this for 50 years. Probably learned to put it on silent.
Yeah. It woke him up anyway.
He's got it on his watch, I guess. I mean, you can just 3 times a game at Fenway.
3-2 with 2 out. Runner at second. Calvin Bickerstaff. Swing and a miss. He got him on a high fastball. So it's stretch time. Here is the top of the 7th end. 7-4 Boston and the Shaws in Star Market. WEEI Red Sox Network.
This is the story of the one. As the purchasing manager at a manufacturing plant, she knows the only thing more important than having the right safety gear is having it there when you need it. That's why she partners with Grainger for auto reordering, so her team members can count on her to have cut-resistant gloves on hand, and each shift can run safely and efficiently. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
When it comes to beautifying your home, Winter World is your one-stop shop exterior remodeler.
We encourage you to shop around. We're simply the best for less.
It's time to love where you live. Locally owned.
Nationally known. Visit us at windowworldofboston.com.
All right, class, tell me about your weekend. Leo?
Well, my sister wanted to go camping, so my parents took us in our new Nissan Pathfinder through a mountain trail.
Thank you, Leo.
No, it's not over yet. My brother wanted to explore some caves, so we drove up a bunch of steep hills. And then we
With its V6 engine and 9-speed automatic transmission, the Nissan Pathfinder can power your adventure. That's why J.D. Power ranks Nissan #1 in new vehicle quality among mainstream brands. The new V6-powered Nissan Pathfinder. For J.D. Power 2025 U.S. Initial Quality Study Award information, visit jdpower.com/awards.
At some health systems, cancer care can make you feel like a number. At South Coast Health Cancer Care, you're more than a diagnosis. We offer the most advanced treatments and the latest surgical advancements, led by a connected team of experts who not only see your cancer, but all of you. Because healing isn't just medicine, it's compassion, it's connection, it's care that knows your story and walks along with you. We are South Coast Health Cancer Care. Visit southcoast.org/cancercare.
Can Show, weekday afternoons starting at 6. Now back to the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Right-hander Sol Solesky, Solesky, on the mound now for the Rays, with the Red Sox leading 7-4. And Nick Capra to bat here. Made a nice play in the top of the inning. And he takes a strike. Chad Durbin started in this spot, fly to right, walked, and double off the left field wall to drive in a pair. Capra's a right-hand hitter. The pitch taken low.
Well, I think it's something that there's so much scar tissue in Boston. So people back home, fans, media members, others don't want to hear that maybe Craig Breslow at the end of camp found a really good player in Caleb Durbin.
There's a strike away.
Because I think he did. I mean, watching him, he looks like he's really going to help this team.
Good defender from what we've seen in the reports as well.
Yeah, that was work. When you kind of think about where things went with Alex Bregman, obviously not coming here, right? You pivoted. Now, first you got to ask yourself, do you think that they were going to bring in Alex Bregman and Ranger Suarez? I don't think they would have.
Yep.
I think once they lost out on Bregman, they gave that money and they went out and they signed Ranger Suarez.
2-2, swinging a high chopper to the shortstop, and the throw to first is in time.
So
Barrios making the play.
The way I look at it is you could have had Bregman back here and could have held on to David Hamilton and Kyle Harrison and Shane Drohan. Or the pivot was bringing in Ranger Suarez, bringing in Caleb Durbin and this kid Monasterio. Like, you make the argument that Plan B was actually worked out better. As much as I want Bregman here, But adding to this rotation and getting a guy like Durbin, another guy that can help too in Monasterio, was a really nice pivot.
Mickey Gasper at the plate. Connor Wong started, was 1 for 3, an infield hit and a run scored, or driven in, I should say. Low and inside.
I can hear people in Boston saying it right now, though. Why not have both Ranger Suarez and Alex Bregman?
No, I agree. And I think that's fair.
2-0. Little fisted fly ball in the right center field. It drops for a hit off the bat of Mickey Gasper, the New Hampshire native, and former Bryant College star.
But I'm with you, Lou. I mean, you've said it. I totally agree. They're going to be, if health independent, right? This team is better than last year's team. I think it is.
I just do. I think the pitching. I mean, last year you had a 3-man rotation. We've said it before. You know, like Bregman was great for the first 7 weeks, and he got hurt. When he came back, he just, came back too early. Wasn't the same guy. Yep. So 700 OPS pretty much after that. I think you can replace that.
Christian Campbell takes a strike. He has struck out, been hit by a pitch, and bounced into a force.
Even Devers, first 27 games, hitting 192. Then he went nuts for about 5 weeks throughout the month of May. But in June, 196. So he had 5 weeks of Devers and 7 weeks of Bregman. And
there's a strike.
And you still finished 7th in runs, 3rd in the American League. So I don't know why you can't get right back to that same area. It's health. Give me a healthy Abreu, healthy Roman, healthy Story. Contreras, you need some guys to stay healthy, but it's there.
Campbell behind 0-2, and the right-hander throws it very high.
We saw it with Roman last year. You can't lose Story, but I do think Roman is the single most indispensable part of their offense.
We saw what September was like.
Yeah,
without him,
You didn't have Roman or Willier in September. He just struggled really to score runs. We lost Willier mid-August.
1-2 pitch, and Campbell fouls it off the catcher's mask. Well, he had a huge swing at that.
I'm so drawn to these at-bats. I mean, it's amazing what a difference 1 year makes, where last year it was a real struggle, but felt like he was going to be on the team. They really wanted him to. Now it's almost the exact opposite.
Mm-hmm.
And all the changes, I just can't take my eyes off of it every at-bat.
1-2 with 1 out. Mickey Gasper at first. Strike over the outside edge. He was ready to pull the trigger, but couldn't do it on a slider.
Don't you think he looks much stronger, too?
Yeah, it's just more compact. The hands are a little bit hidden kind of behind his body. You wonder if they'll get him more out front a little bit, but it's just like I said, pitfalls with a new stance, figure out what it feels like to feel good with it, what some of the struggles that you'll feel. Try to, just go from there, but you're right. It's a little different camp for him.
Here's McDonough. Taking it low. The scoreboard has the batting order all messed up. They've been 1 behind. Now they have the wrong batter up. This is Tyler McDonough, took over and left.
And then Gonzalez is on deck. I want to see him this inning.
Yeah,
let's go.
That one's taken high. 2-0. Soleski up from minor league camp. Here it comes, a ground ball left side, through for a base hit. And here goes Mickey Gasper rounding second on his way to third. The throw cut off by the shortstop. So we will see Gonzalez bat here. Base hit for Tyler McDonough. First and third with 2 down.
Red Sox summer camps is the experience of the summer. Have your kids join us for Red Sox baseball summer camp. Sessions run June through August. Week-long camp includes baseball instruction and a trip to Fenway Park. You can learn more at redsox.com/camps.
Here is the huge 19-year-old.
Oh, this is going to be fun.
Gonzalez. And there's a call strike and a fastball away.
His hamstrings are bigger than my entire body.
Justin Gonzalez.
Massive man.
They still list him as 6'4", but he says he's grown to 6'6", huh?
Oh, maybe 6'7", but he's more importantly, he's up to about 270. 5?
From
maybe?
Beni in the Dominican, the runner goes from first foul to the right out of play.
It's lightning.
They're the head of the first base umpire. Gonzalez last year, one game down here in the Florida leagues, Played at Salem in 81 games and 11 games at Greensville. Had 4 home runs total.
I mean, just physicality. It's just the bat speed, how hard he hits the ball, but still a young kid, right? A lot of things to work on, but very promising.
Here it comes. Low and away. 7-4. Red Sox lead it. 2 out.
I mean, in A-ball, he only struck out 52 times in 81 games.
Amazing. 19.
281 overall. 23 doubles, 2 triples, 4 homers last year. Played in the Dominican Summer League in 24, his first pro season, and he fouls it to the right out of play.
By the way, he's not turning 20 until December 31st.
Yeah, New Year's Eve.
He just turned 19.
Crazy.
This kid's 18 years old in 2 months.
Born in 2006, the last day of 2006. The 1-2 to Justin Gonzalez, and he swings and rips a line drive caught by the leaping shortstop. Very good play there by Barrios to retire the side, but he hit a rocket. After 7, Red Sox 7, Rays 4, and the Shaws in Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Network.
Hi. This is the story of the one. As the purchasing manager at a manufacturing plant, she knows the only thing more important than having the right safety gear is having it there when you need it. That's why, like you, she partners with Grainger for auto reordering. So her team members can count on her to have cut-resistant gloves on hand, and each shift can run safely and efficiently. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Time is valuable. That's why Lowe's Blueprint Takeoffs turn blueprints into quotes faster. Bring us your plans, and we'll generate itemized material lists to make quoting easier so you can get back to building. Plus, at the Lowe's Pro Desk, you get access to thousands of building materials not sold in store. And when your order's ready, we'll deliver everything to the job site. Improving is easy at Lowe's.
Every Nissan Frontier is battle-tested. Its frame is twisted. Its door slammed 13,920 times. And its bed drop-tested over and over. We do all that to the V6-powered Frontier, so you never have to hold back. Nissan, ranked #1 in new vehicle quality among mainstream brands by J.D. Power. For J.D. Power 2025 U.S. Initial Quality Study award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. Awards based on 2025 model year. Newer models may be shown.
You didn't start a business just to keep the lights on. You're here to sell more today than yesterday. You're here to win. Lucky for you, Shopify built the best converting checkout on the planet. Like the just one tapping, ridiculously fast acting, sky-high sales stacking, champion of checkouts. That's the good stuff right there. So if your business is in it to win it, win with Shopify. Start your free trial today at shopify.com/win.
To the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
To the 8th inning we go. Red Sox 7, Rays 4. As the new pitcher Wyatt Olds, the right-hander, is on the mound against Davidson, left-handed hitter, and a fastball misses outside for ball one. That was an awesome, impressive at-bat from Justin Gonzalez.
Yeah, sure was. Again, 18 years old, a couple of months. Laid off a couple of pitches, got a little slider hanger, and hit a missile to shortstop, but just right at him, pretty much up to the right.
Yeah, kind of electric hands, real bat speed as a pitch misses outside. It's amazing to think about. I mean, it's like a puppy, right? He's growing so fast, adapting to his new body. But I thought, as much as anything, you know, these young guys, these young players who come up through the minor leagues so fast and are in big league camp at 18 and 19 years old. The 2-0 pitch is grounded on the right side. It's handled there by Mikey Romero. A little double clutch, but a throw to first in time. Most of them have got raw tools, but very few do have a feel for the strike zone. And I think that kind of jumps off the page for him. And it's the same reason that Wander Franco, when he came into the league, was just all world.
It's kind of like the sixth tool now.
Yeah.
You know, back in the day, you talk about all the tools, but controlling the strike zone will skyrocket you through the minor leagues.
Here's O'Vern, a left-handed hitter. Is that something that's learnable? And if so, How do you practice that and get better at knowing what's a ball and what's a strike?
They just focus on it so much more with the technology. Every time they swing, they look up, see where it is.
1-0.
Like you swing at a ball, and it's sort of like, inner half, and you look up and you see it was down the middle, and you're like, and just over time. And that's why the ABS system really helps. I think really is going to help some of the young hitters that can control the zone, because it's been such a focus coming up through the minor leagues, and get some of the veterans even to focus more on the zone.
2-0, swing and a miss. And I know you guys did some of this when you were in the big leagues. It's more and more part of it. Like, there are drills now that guys do to get their eyes ready to play a big league ball game. 2-1. Pitch, swing and a miss.
One of the things I see too, like in the cages of some of the minor league guys, and they'll have a plate that goes across the plate. Thin little line. It'll be numbered. 1 through 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, different colors. And it's sort of like, what are we looking for? We're looking for 1, 2, 3, inner half, right? For a lefty, say. We look 7, 8, 9. That's outer half. And when they throw pitches, they start talking numbers. Where was it?
2-2. Swing and a miss.
And that's part of understanding the zone. When you swing at a pitch, I think it was an 8. And all of a sudden you start getting good at it, and it was an 8. So the more you focus on things like that, or I'm looking for a 4, I'm looking for a 3, some inner half to drive, a 2 or 3, and it's when you constantly talk about the zone and where that pitch was that you hit, you start to have a knowledge of it.
I love that. And it's now Levens, the left-handed hitter, digs in. 7-4 Red Sox, 2 down in the 8th. Isn't it amazing, too, as old world and new world collide? I mean, Mo Vaughn was talking about that today. I mean, he said that's what made him able to be a great hitter, that he was thinking exactly that thing.
Split the plate.
0-1. Pitch. He is a little bit low. Is it just that in order to get better at that, let's say you thought it was a 6, but it was an 8, is it just you focus a little bit longer and track the pitch a little better?
It's like anything else. You ain't going to just freely swing away and hack, but when you start focusing on location, you start figuring out, well, I'm getting better at this.
1-1 is a strike. Well, I hope you freely swing and hack when your new driver arrives, whenever it does.
If it doesn't drive, show up soon. You may read about me in the paper.
Lou went out, got fitted for a new driver.
It's been a couple weeks. They said a week to 10 days. It's still not in yet.
1-2 is a foul straight back. He doesn't need any help off the tee, but he's got more of it. I'm really scared to play with him.
I can't wait. I just want to hit it.
Hole in one last year. You got an 8.5 degree driver.
Yeah.
Which is like a 1-iron. 1-2. Pitch. Is a check swing. He went around, and Wyatt holds. Nice half inning. We go to the bottom of the 8th. 7-4 Sox in the Shaws and Star Market, WEI Red Sox Radio Network.
The South Coast Health Heart and Vascular Program is nationally recognized year after year for providing world-class care. Our heart and vascular team goes above and beyond to deliver the best clinical care and most compassionate service. You receive the time, attention, and communication you need to feel most comfortable, because at South Coast Health, you are what matters most. We are South Coast Health Heart and Vascular. Visit southcoast.org/heart to learn more.
All right, class, tell me about your weekend. Leo?
Well, my sister wanted to go camping, so my parents took us in our new Nissan Pathfinder through a mountain trail.
Thank you, Leo.
No, it's not over yet. My brother wanted to explore some caves, so we drove up a bunch of steep hills. And then we
With its V6 engine and 9-speed automatic transmission, the Nissan Pathfinder can power your adventure. That's why J.D. Power ranks Nissan #1 in new vehicle quality among mainstream brands. The new V6-powered Nissan Pathfinder. For J.D. Power 2025 U.S. Initial Quality Study Award information, visit jdpower.com/awards.
Hi, it's Eric and Renee Peabody with Window World of Boston.
When it comes to new windows, most homeowners don't have all the facts. When you work with Window World, your curb appeal goes up. Windows beautify your home, and we offer a wide selection, including custom wood.
We also never use high-pressure sales or gimmicks. Our customer volume lets us deliver everyday low pricing from as little as $99 per month for a house full of windows installed.
New windows also improve the value of your home, and with built-in energy savings, they help pay for themselves. Your energy bills could go down by as much as thousands.
Plus, all our windows are Energy Star rated, but we encourage you, shop around. We're simply the best for less.
We've also got award-winning customer service, and we've earned the Good Housekeeping seal of approval. So while $99 a month for a house full of windows installed is impressive, we're even prouder of our 5-star reviews. It's time to love where you live. Locally owned.
Nationally known. Visit us at windowworldofboston.com.
You're listening to Red Sox Spring Training Baseball on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Trevor Martin is a new pitcher for the Tampa Bay Rays. Nelly Taylor, our first look at him. He's a left-handed hitter. He'll dig in to the sounds of Sweet Caroline at Fenway South. Hopefully not a bottom of the ninth here tonight. And it's the sweetest sound of all. That chorus from our fans. A pitch to Taylor. Nelly is a fastball up and away, ball one.
That was one of our answers to music trivia last night, where you starred, helping us get the second place.
I was not exactly the average demographic in that room for the...
Oh, you were the youngest, the tallest, and the youngest.
1-0 pitch is a foul back to the screen. I mean, it was amazing. There were 40 questions. We got 2 wrong.
What 1967 was on top of the charts?
There was a lot of that, but there was also the 1 whiskey, 1 scotch, 1 beer, 1 and 1.
And some country songs.
That
which
was
I had
not
no
Joe's realm as a foul on the first base side. There's some Taylor Swift that got a couple of the folks there.
I got Neil Young.
You did.
Heart of Gold.
But they did ask. I mean, there were some total layups, and one of them was they played Sweet Caroline as the 1-2 set from Martin Comes Home, and a high pop-up into shallow left center field. The center fielder for the Rays, whose name at the moment escapes me, comes in and makes the play. And there's one away. They asked, so Sweet Caroline still plays in the 8th inning of one major league team. Joe and I sort of looked around our table and said, we don't get this one. We probably should walk out.
Cubbies.
Yankees.
Yeah.
Fans were into it, though. All right, here now is Sushie Chang. Left-handed hitter, and he tries to check his swing. I'm not sure it mattered. It was a called strike anyway, and it's 0-1. But your new driver will be in soon.
I hope so.
2 of the other better-looking 2 members of your nuclear family are going to be a lot happier and a lot warmer in a few minutes.
They sure are. Landing in a little bit just to get away for a few days. It's been crazy. They got no power. Just had to get out.
You taking Mason out for BP?
Yeah, we'll do a little swinging, see how he's feeling tomorrow. On an off day, might come back here tomorrow in the back.
You showed me some videos of his swing. He looked great. 1-1. Pitch is pop foul down the left field side. It may actually stay inside the chalk fair in the corner. It is a fair ball, and backtracking on it is the left fielder Jones. He makes the play. See, it's my job to tell him the swing looks great, and yours to say, hey, we got to...
Oh, there's still a lot of work. Well, long way to go.
BC High. Every school up there has been shuttered out. My wife was thrilled. Both of our kids' schools opened up today for the first time. Here's Nick Sogard from the left side. 2 down, 7-4 Red Sox in the 8th. Pitch is down and in. I do have to say that so many of my neighbors and friends have stepped up incredibly while I've been gone. John Moore, who's a neighbor and a great friend, has come over to my house multiple times, operated our snow blower, shoveled out the path so that the kids and Jen can get out and about. It's wonderful to have great neighbors. The 1-0 pitch misses down and in. And I think, that's part of the spirit of New England. People who don't live up there don't quite realize it because they think about, sort of the anger, the blowing through stop signs, the spitfire nature of people. The 2-0 is a ground ball up the middle off the bat of Sogard, and it's handled by the shortstop Barrios. He throws to first in time. The longer you live in New England, the more you realize that the spirit of community and neighborhood is stronger there than anywhere in the country. And that's been on display all week long. So thanks to John Moore and all my great neighbors and friends for helping my family out while I'm down here. We go to the 9th inning, 7-4 Red Sox in the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Time is valuable. That's why Lowe's Blueprint Takeoffs turn blueprints into quotes faster. Bring us your plans, and we'll generate itemized material lists to make quoting easier so you can get back to building. Plus, at the Lowe's Pro Desk, you get access to thousands of building materials not sold in store. And when your order's ready, we'll deliver everything to the job site. Improving is easy at Lowe's.
At some health systems, cancer care can make you feel like a number. At South Coast Health Cancer Care, you're more than a diagnosis. We offer the most advanced treatments and the latest surgical advancements, led by a connected team of experts who not only see your cancer, but all of you. Because healing isn't just medicine, it's compassion, it's connection, it's care that knows your story and walks along with you. We are South Coast Health Cancer Care. Visit southcoast.org/cancercare.
Weight Watchers now offers access to affordable GLP-1s. It works for members like...
I'm Haley, and I've lost 100 pounds. Weight Watchers has everything I need, from weight loss medications to nutrition support and help with my side effects. It's all in one place.
Weight Watchers handles the insurance for you and offers affordable cash pay options. With our program, our members are losing more weight with expert nutrition and side effect support.
I'm Mike, and I've lost 135 pounds. Weight Watchers prescribing GLP-1 medications. It's been life-changing.
I'm Sharia, and I lost 80 pounds on Weight Watchers. I realized that it would take more than a prescription to lose weight and feel good on a GLP-1.
Better results, expert support, lose more weight, make it last.
I can't imagine doing a GLP-1 without Weight Watchers.
Get started for as low as $25 at WeightWatchers.com/GLP-1. For over 60 years, we've helped millions of members find what works for them. Now, it's your turn. Weight Watchers. Watch it work.
We're right back to the Sox on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
3 outs from a win for the Red Sox. We're into the top of the ninth inning. 7-4 the score as Devin Sweet, the 29-year-old right-hander, is on the mound, and he misses way low with a fastball, 91 miles an hour, 1-0. Well, I'm glad your family's coming down. It's great.
Yeah, it'd be nice. Land here soon.
We'll be down at the end of next week, and they are dying to get warm, get the orange ice cream. The 1-0 pitch is a strike. Go see Murphy the Donkey at Southern Fresh Farms. They've been down here so many years in a row. They got this routine, and we've fallen in love with this time of the year in Southwest Florida. 1-1. The pitch is a chop foul on the outside corner.
Yeah, the grandkids have been coming for years now, and they have the same routines.
Yeah.
Trattoria Mia, Mona Lisa, Castle Golf.
Yeah, they're saying there's a lot of meals involved there. At their restaurant stops, huh?
Pinocchio's for ice cream.
1-2.
Actually, key lime yogurt.
Swing and a miss. That's a good start for Devin Sweet. Barrios is retired. There's one down. I was thrilled to hear that Sanibel has bounced back and that people are out there and traffic is zooming back and forth over that page. They were so devastated by the hurricane. I'm thrilled. One of my favorite places on earth has bounced back.
The causeway is wide open now. Much easier to negotiate.
Here's Blake Sabol, left-handed hitter. 7-4 Sox, one down in the ninth. The pitch, swinging a foul off the end of the bat. It is a treat, no matter what, to be able to come down here every year and do the games, but to be able to be in the clubhouse on the backfields, talk to players, get a real sense for the team. I know, by the way, to just enjoy Southwest Florida, pretty good deal. The 0-1 is a little bit outside, and it's 1-1. I know it's hard with all the planes grounded lately, but I say this every year. Anyone who's not been here for spring training just needs to put it on the calendar. If you're a Red Sox fan, if you can get down here and come to games for a week or so, it is awesome. The 1-1 pitch is pop foul on the third base side.
It's just a nice escape, mentally, especially this time of year. February is one of the toughest months back home, and be able to just get away. And sometimes it's hard to leave, knowing that you get back up to the cold.
Yep. 1-2 with one down in the ninth inning. 7-4 Red Sox. Pitch to Sabol. Fouled off on the first base side. I always feel that in the last week of spring. It's like, wait a minute. I've gotten used to it being 80 degrees at 7 p.m., and now we're going to Cincinnati.
Well, Cincinnati's always nice that time of year.
Oh, yeah.
Into March. Houston's after that, so then it
That's
kind
a
of
little better.
like, okay, we're back inside.
Ball, 2 strikes. It's weird. We open in Cincinnati and close with the Chicago Cubs this season. 1-2. Sabol takes one in the dirt.
Yeah, it is a little strange. And even like the the first homestand, right? San Diego, Milwaukee. Pretty good clubs, too, by the way.
No doubt. I was looking at the schedule,
gate.
Lewis. It's a tough first couple of weeks.
Yeah, I always like that, though. I don't like playing the bad baseball teams the first few weeks. They all think they can win it. Play them in August.
2-2 is popped straight back. Sabol watches Gasper run out of room. It's into the seats. Fan with a glove on had his back to the field, almost tumbled over, almost made a play. Now a mad scramble right in front of us. Cool souvenir. And, you know, the other thing we've learned in recent years, Lou, is that if you catch the really great teams early, just like the Red Sox will do, they don't stretch their starting pitchers out early.
Yeah, and it can stumble a little bit.
2-2, just low and outside.
There's always going to be good teams that stumble out of the gate. And to your point, you're facing a Garrett Crochet. Well, let me face him opening day when he's probably going to go 5+. Not, you know, in May or June or July when he's going to go 7+, 8 against you.
You know, the Reds really are an interesting team. The 3-2 is swung on a Misty. Got a nice change up there by Sweet. Yeah, they're two-way Red Sox and out away from a win. They got a great young pitching staff. Of course, Tito is there, and he turned the whole thing around last year. Totally unsurprising there. And I do expect that in Cincinnati on opening day will be a very cool atmosphere.
For years, the Reds had the traditional home opener.
Here's the right-handed hitting Simpson, who swings and fouls it off on the first base side. And it is 0-1. Red Sox 1 out away from a spring training win.
Yankees opened the day before at the Giants, and there will not be over-the-air TV for that game.
People in New York and San Francisco are taking that really well. 0-1, the pitch is low. Sox will see the Yankees at the end of April. And this is a better spreading of the Yankee-Red Sox games this year's schedule. They see them kind of sporadically throughout the whole season, ending in late August. The 1-1 is low. Do you think, Lou, that because of the playoff push last year and the way those teams battled, is there a little more juice in the rivalry this year?
Yeah, I think it should be. In terms of the Red Sox, this is what kind of started the whole thing. Is playing the Yankees in the postseason, having them knock them out, and every time you get to see them, it's in the back of your mind.
2-1. Swinging a line drive up the middle into center field, so the Rays keep the game going, and 2 down. That'll bring up Toole in this top of the ninth.
I think more importantly, too, we talk about rivalries. Was it 98-03? I mean, it was obviously 70s, 80s. We understand that, but that was recently. I mean, that was a real rivalry, and a big part of that was Coors. Same guys every year playing each other, knowing you're going to get to the playoffs, knowing you got to get through one another at some point. That sort of built some animosity as well, and very similar teams coming back again.
There's no doubt about it. Like, I look forward so much to the Crochet and Judge matchups.
Right.
Toole digs in, Sweet throws, and a foul straight back. The same can be said for Anthony against eventually Cole, but Rodon and Fried and all those guys. I still continue to scratch my head about what's going on in the new regime of the New York Yankees. They just continue year after year to stand pat and kind of run the same team out, and they do win a lot of regular season games. The 0-1 is swung on a miss. I read a thing today that Giancarlo Stanton said he cannot, because of persistent elbow pain, open a bag of potato chips, but that he hopes to be ready for opening day.
Yeah. Similar issues last year. Remember, to start the year, he couldn't do anything. But still a threat when he does get out there eventually.
Strike away. The 0-2 is outside. A change up. And it's 1-2. I mean, look, they got Judge. They have Cole. They've got Rodon. They've got Fried. They are a very talented team. But they brought back Bellinger. I just don't know that they added enough to take a big leap. We'll see. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 2 down, top 9 to pitch. High drive into deep right field. Back at it goes Gonzalez at the track. He can only watch it land off the track. 2-hop the wall. Gonzalez picks it up and throws back to the infield. 1 run is in. Throw to third, not in time. Toole has got an RBI double, rather triple, into right field, and it is 7-5.
It'll be an interesting American League. Talk about standing pat. That's what the Orioles did 2 winters ago, but not so much this past winter, and you got to expect there's going to be a bounce back there from them. That's going to be a good team. This Tampa team, we know they can pitch. They're going to be in it. A lot of people think they'll probably be in the cellar, but by no means a cellar-type team, right? Last place team. Just the East is just an absolute beast this year. It just seems to be getting better and better.
Stronger than it's been in years, I think.
Well, we worried about the new ownership in Baltimore, whether they would invest in the team. They certainly have done that this offseason, notably with Pete Alonso. Horvath, the right-handed hitter for the Rays, swings and misses. It's 0-1 the pitch. Up and in. That almost hit him. And it's a ball and a strike. The Mariners are reloaded. I mean, they got that wonderful pitching staff out west. The Rangers, we'll see what they do with some of the departures from their team. But they, too, made a big splash. The 1-1 pitch is skied into right field, should end the game. Justin Gonzalez, with the shades on, drifted left, now back right. And cool and calm, he makes the play. The ball game is over. Well, Crochet was really impressive. Chapman, too. The Red Sox got some big swings early. Bunch of unearned runs, and they hold on for a 7-5 win here today. We'll be back with some brief final thoughts right after this in the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
If you need a new appliance, this is your sign. Shop at Lowe's now to get up to 35% off and next-day delivery on hundreds of major appliances. A new appliance now means an easier to-do list later. Our best lineup is at Lowe's. Valid through 3/18 while supplies last. Selection varies by location. Order by 4 p.m. Available Monday through Saturday. Subject to availability. Fees, exclusions, and restrictions apply. See Lowes.com/appliance delivery for more details.
Every sandwich has bread, every burger has a bun, but these warm, golden, smooth steam buns, these are special. Reserved for the very best. The Filet-O-Fish. And you can have them too.
It's Filet-O-Fish season. Get 2 for $6 or 2 10-piece McNuggets for $6 or mix and match. Limited time only. Price and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer. Single item at regular price.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
You're listening to Red Sox Spring Training Baseball
On the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Red Sox hang on and beat the Tampa Bay Rays in a Grapefruit League game 7-5. Will Fleming, Lou Merlone, Joe Castiglione, and Joe on the field. The highlights were pretty clear. Garrett Crochet was excellent once again. Fun to see him back in a uniform. Aroldis Chapman, after a walk of Caminero or whomever it was, he then blew him away. 3 straight strikeouts. And then, to me, though, you've lived this life for almost 5 decades. What happened on the field is great. Everybody stayed healthy. That was fun. But any day you get a chance to chat with Pedro Martinez and Mo Vaughn, what a cool thing.
Amazing. 2 of my all-time favorites on the same day in our booth to visit and catch up with what they're doing these days, as well as their great analysis of today's club. Just so much fun. Those were the takeaways for me. And Trevor Story, of course, with 2 booming doubles. Chad Durbin had a booming double. Chapman threw well, as you said. And another spring training game in the books. More to come.
That was fun. Great to be with you. And the golf course beckons.
Go for it.
You'll be down with the partners, and maybe I'll catch you a little later tonight. That was great. Thank you.
Okay, a lot of fun, Will. Thanks for having us.
And thanks to Doug Lane in the booth here, and thanks to Joe Braverman back at the flagship WEEI. Red Sox win at 7-5. We'll talk to you tomorrow from Northport. The Red Sox will have Brian Bayo. The Braves will have Chris Sale on the mound. We'll talk to you at 1:05 on the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
You've been listening to Red Sox Spring Training on the WEEI Shaws Star Market Red Sox Network.
This has been a presentation of Odyssey Sports. For even more coverage of your team, download the free Odyssey app and listen to your favorite stations, shows, and podcasts.
It's in such hallowed air. Appreciate you guys making my day better. All right, so here's the thing about break takes. If you don't know what they are, what the break takes are, when we go to break on video, we're still on. We fill that time either with interviews that we've already done, video, or break takes. The break takes are your posts on X, and we just recycle them. Personally, I know what it is. It's filler. It's just not that interesting. I would have killed it a long time ago. When we started and we had to come on air, we were building it. Like we were building the plane 30,000 feet up. So we had the break takes. And it was a good idea for maybe a minute. And then it stopped being a good idea. But then I saw it was like catnip for you clones. And you love it. You love it. The only reason I haven't killed it and removed it altogether is I know how much it means to you clones to see it. Believe me, I'm so conflicted because I know I could do better. I know I could do better. I'm actually doing you a solid because I know you'll freak out if I take it away. And if I only put up good interviews that I've done. Hey, see the conundrum? If I only recycle good interviews that I've done, there are video that are top notch, that make everything better. And I take away your break takes, you'll be beside yourselves. So what do? Do I make the show better? Do I make the product better? Or do I give you what you want? I've always said, if I do what you clones want, I will be a clone. But this is the one thing that I'm not taking away from you clones. That's the only reason we still do it, because I know you look for it. I know you love it. Hell, we have a show tonight dedicated on how to get on the break takes. So I know how much it means to you. I just know how much better I could do. But I know how much better or how much it means to you. So that's why it still exists. Break takes, man. Absolutely cracks me up. Gene Jones. Dear Jim, I've been listening for 35 plus years and have probably messaged you 10 times and gotten all but maybe 2 of my takes on the air. It ain't that hard, bro. Just have a take and don't suck. Dino. Yeah, but Gene, that's the thing. It's really hard for certain people. Man, you just got the gift, dude. You have a knack. You have the gift. Stay tuned.
This is Westwood One Sports.
Save money on your next oil change at O'Reilly Auto Parts right now. Get 5 quarts of Valvoline full synthetic motor oil and a MicroGuard Select oil filter for only $36.99. You can upgrade to a K&N oil filter for only $3 more. Limits do apply. See store for details. Maximize your engine life with Valvoline. The professional parts people can recommend all the products you need for your next oil change. So visit your O'Reilly Auto Parts store or shop online at O'ReillyAuto.com.
For nearly 2,000 severely injured veterans, everyday life has become filled with barriers. So we build specially adapted homes at Homes for Our Troops. And thanks to our donors and supporters, this life-changing gift of freedom is provided mortgage-free to these veterans. But we need you to join us, too, in completing this important mission. Please visit hfotusa.org and help build homes and rebuild lives.
Shot on Prize Picks and get $50 bonus credit instantly in lineups when you play your first $5. That's right, Prize Picks is now giving you $50 bonus credit in lineups when you sign up and play your first $5. Prize Picks makes every dunk, every dime, and every board that much more exciting. So don't miss this chance to get started on America's #1 app for sports picks. On Prize Picks, you simply pick 2 to 6 players, pick more or less on their stat projections, and submit your lineup. Prize Picks also has early payouts. If your lineup gets off to a hot start, you now have the option to cash out those winnings before the game even finishes. And with player stacks, you can also pick the same player up to 3 times in the same lineup. Download the Prize Picks app today, use the code ROAM, and get a $50 bonus credit instantly in lineups when you play $5. That's code ROAM on Prize Picks to get a $50 bonus credit instantly in lineups when you play $5. Win or lose, you'll get $50 in lineups just for playing. It's guaranteed. Prize Picks. It's good to be right. You do have to be present in certain states. Visit prizepicks.com for restrictions and details.
Are you paying too much for term life insurance? There is a tremendous price war in the term life industry. Rates have dropped dramatically in the past few years. For example, a man age 45 non-smoker can get $1 million of coverage for $75 per month level rate for 10 years, or a man age 50 non-smoker can obtain $500,000 coverage for a month premium of $110 level rate for 20 years. That's right, guaranteed level rate for 20 years. If you're a smoker, we have great rates for you as well. At Term Busters, we specialize in policies of $500 $100,000 and above. If you're looking for a new or replacement term life insurance, call Term Busters today for a quote at 1-800-908-7636. You're probably paying more than you should. Call 1-800-908-7636. Remember, 1-800-908-7636. Rate and availability may vary by state. Sample quotes based on preferred non-smoker. Underwriting and exam required. Call 1-800-908-7636 for details. Paid for by Robert Levenger, Insurance Agent.
The IRS, the world's most aggressive collection agency. They can seize your property, bank account, and garnish your wages. They cause sleepless nights for millions of Americans. Don't be one of them. If you owe $10,000 or more to the IRS or state, get protected today. Call 800-242-3186. Coast One Tax Group, protecting your bank, home, and your sleep since 2008. With hundreds of 5-star reviews and an A+ on the Better Business Bureau. Call Coast One Tax Group, 800-242-3186. Stanley from New York owed $93,000. The IRS placed a levy on his bank account. Coast One released the levy and settled with the IRS for $2,000. Mark in Michigan owed $225,000. After Coast One stepped in, Mark walked away paying less than $1,500. Call Coast One now. A 10-minute call can save you up to 93% on your back taxes. Get your fresh start today. That's 800-242-3186.
Sponsored by Coast One Financial Group.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. Do you feel like you're losing control of your finances? If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes